morning, everybody. Holy crap, I have the ambient sound on my headphones on. I do not like this. I can hear myself. This is bizarre. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Now we're normal. All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh, that's my Discord. That's not what we want. There we go. The game. Good morning, everyone. Good to see everyone. Today is the France versus rest of the world championship. It's running a little bit behind, so I figured might as well get going and just play a little bit of games, huh? Play some games until they're ready. We have 8 of the best players in the world straight up, duking it out for some prizes, which is awesome. The contender list is crazy. I mean, it's let's see, it's Ravi, Dash Titus, Damaskian, Kingsley, Mac, Anti-Meta, G Black, and Mr. Zorak, something like. I can never remember exactly what it is. What is it? Yeah, Mr. Ozik. There we go. Some of literally just the top players on the ladder at all. You just go to the ranked list, you'll see all of them on the first page. So it's going to be a really good tournament. I have all the deck lists too. We'll be able to review what people are playing. And then, yeah, they're playing for some actual prizes too. There's some starter packs on the line that'll be shipped to the winner. Some fun little custom promos I made for everyone and stuff like that. So it'll be pretty cool. So they're just getting everything set up right now. So I figure might as well hop into a game and want to keep everybody waiting because I know the stream is scheduled for 5 minutes ago. So we'll just play a little bit, and then when they let me know that they're ready, we'll go ahead and get started with them. I think this is pretty easy here to just take out our Tauntaun and their Tsunade. Wish we had something for this Sakura to be better, but I think we can. Which one's this? This is... We have exactly 3 characters. All right, let's start with the Tauntaun. Oh, maybe we should put the Tauntaun into D. Ooh, okay, they have a Rasengan. Definitely taking out the Tsunade and the Kakashi. Or are they just going to hide them because they don't want to generate us 2 chakra? Nah, he's going to take him out. I think that's fine. This Shino can flip for free. Yo, what's up, Stio? Stio. How you doing? We're going to get the tournament started soon. Oh my gosh, they're just dogging us here. But they're just getting set up, so we'll... Alright, they're out of chakra, though, so we can go, this Sakura, play something... Oh my gosh. That is not what I wanted. Actually, I guess we can just go ahead and use this Sakura. Or, sorry, this Sasuke. Okay, it looks like... Damn. Yeah, opponent's on fire. I had this problem yesterday. This card's bugged. It doesn't actually do anything. As you can see, I was supposed to be able to defeat this Gaara here. But it didn't do anything. So... Or maybe because I couldn't move, it didn't happen. Because oh no, it says if able at the end. Yeah. So that's a bummer. That is a big bummer. But oh, I guess we won that anyways though, because we had the edge. Okay. Okay, they discard one of our Gaaras. Is it even? I mean, they're just gonna play around it. It's probably not even worth it to play it hidden. Yo, what's up, Mage Armor? Good to see you again, man. It's been a little bit. Alright, I got the final deck list in. So once we finish this game, let's go over the deck lists. And then we'll wait for the tournament to get started. Alright, let me just make it so when I open these links, it doesn't cover the game. Yeah, there we go. Alright, just give me 1 second. So I open these, get them ready. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's all the deck lists. Oh, Mufasa, what's up? Have you tried the new cards? Yeah, I'm trying some of them here. All right, we're totally cooked. That Sasuke not blowing up the Gaara, and then also that Sakura was just like totally cooked. But okay, cool. We can take a look at everybody's deck lists. Let me make sure you guys can actually see this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so gonna have to just scroll through to make sure I'm citing the right persons. So this list is Mac's deck list. So Mac is, if we go to the sim, he's the #1 player on the leaderboard. Mac, 5.8 thousand elo, 76% win rate, over like 2,500 games. Mac is a machine, and he's playing tonight. That's not his list. This is his list. It's pretty typical of what we've been seeing Mac play for a long time on the sim. It's just typical Sound Force stuff, but it plays a little bit differently than you'd expect. Most people play like Tayuyas and whatnot. Yeah, cool. Sorry, I just got a Discord message that I was distracted by. Doesn't play the Tayuyas, plays a bigger Gaara package. And I like the way that this is set up because when you draw a lot of cards with the sack on, you get to play them for the lower cost, high power, right? Well, you draw 3 cards, you get a Gaara, Yashimaru, and a Shino. For 4 cost. After that, you can get 10 power, right? It's pretty good. The one-ofs are classic. I mean, we have Gamahiro, Kakashi, and Ebisu. And then 2 Sakura, which is really interesting because the only Team 7 character in this deck is the Kakashi, but he's obviously identified that a lot of people are playing Team 7 cards. Pretty much everybody is, and so he's relying on them to draw with them. Other than that, it's just what we call a Grizzly Bear in Magic, which is a 2-cost, 2-power character. So that's Mac. This is a little, let me zoom in here, make sure you guys can see it. This is Kingsley Comar's. Kingsley is one of the people I've lost the most to on the ladder, straight up. Dude's a machine. Yo, good morning, Black. Good to see you, man. This is also a Sound 4 hybrid list, but he's doing things a little bit differently. So obviously he has the Tayuyas. He does not have the Black Steel Sack-ons like Mac did. Oh, the tournament started. All right, tournament started. That's good to know. Let me go over to it then. And we can look at deck lists while we are... How am I supposed to view this? How am I supposed to view this tournament? I don't see it. This is very weird. Maybe I need to join it with the code. It used to be right here, but now it's not. Now it's not there. This is weird. I don't see any of the players playing on the list here. Okay, I can't. Yeah, hold on, let me ask the dev. Yeah, this is just the random. This is just the classic. That's not the actual tournament. Sorry about this, guys. All right, well, we'll wait for that. We can keep looking at the decks. This is pretty classic. Let me go back to my notes. This is, yeah, Komar's list. Playing Mind Transfer Enos, which is interesting, and one Orochimaru, which notably can only really be triggered off of an upgraded Sandcough Angara or a Jirobo, which I think is fine. You're obviously playing towards that one possibility, but it gives a little extra reach, which I like. Next is Ravi's list. Oh, I'm zoomed in. Now you can't see anything. Ravi's done something really interesting here. It's like the classic like sand movement control that we've seen a while ago, but it does have a little bit of a Naruto line and then a bit of a Sakura line. This is pretty interesting. I haven't played anything like this. I haven't seen something like this, so I'm really interested to see these games because this could be pretty good. I do think Kankuro is good. It's very interesting. Maybe I did play him. I remember getting got by a Kankuro recently. Maybe I did play against Ravi on the ladder, and he just is next leveling me. Next is G Black. So G Black, our goat, with a very very pixelated screenshot from a phone of a computer screen, which is funny. But the thing that stands out to me about this is there's tons of one-ofs. So it's kind of the core shell that you would think of. You know, we have some Narutos, some Rasengan, some Gaara, some Sakura, some Kabuto, some Tsunade, but one 4-cost, one Shikamaru, one Mind Transfer, one Kiba, one Shino, one Chidori, one 2-cost Shino, one Gamahiro, one Jirobo, one 4-cost Sakura, and one Ebisu. So, and only one Rasengan. So very, very one-of heavy list. Now there are cards to draw through your deck with Gamahiro and the Sakuras and Shino, so you can try to see them. So I think he's just trying to cover all bases. And you know, the times that you need the one of Kiba, you can find it. The kind of times you need the one of Ino, you can find it. The homie anti-meta is on, again, a classic sound list. This one with Tayuya. But notably, he has a Sakura upgrade line. He has a little bit of Kabuto going on in the Shinos, but no Sandcough and Gaara is what stands out to me here. This is a pretty classic. This is like, I'd say, a more traditional list that you'd see people playing. As far as like the sound 4 goes, only one Black Seal. But other than that, pretty standard. Next is Dash Titus. Ooh, okay, we got something else going on here. This is a bit of like an Uchiha control deck, trying to use the Heaven Curse marks in effect with the Tsunades to get a bunch of chakra. This is like the deck to beat of like a month ago. And it might even be well positioned versus the sound deck because removal against them is very powerful. So I like to see this callback. Next we have Dash Titus. And for all you Final Fantasy X players out there, you might say Titus. But another sound 4 deck. This one is more interesting. So we have the Jirobos, the Kidomaris, the Sakons, the Tayuyas, one Black Seal. But then we have Kabuto, Infiltrator, and some Mind Transfer Inos, Gamahiro. This is pretty interesting. Oh, I got a link from Katuyat. Tournament not found, maybe just loading. But again, it's a little bit more stock, but then it has some of these cooler options. The 2 Ebisu, the Kabutos, and the Inos, which you don't usually see in those lists, I would say. We have 2 decks to go over next. Let's see. Is this ready? Not ready. Oh my goodness. Whose deck is this? This is... Oh, yeah, this is our last... Oh, we only went one deck. Let's go. This is Mr. Morsazorix. Another Uchiha control style deck. This one with 2 4-cost Tsunades. Only one of the rare Itachis. But other than that, pretty stock to what you'd see. I'm really curious to see how these perform in this tournament. If 2 players are on it, especially with Mr. Zork being the top 2 or the number 2 on the leaderboard, he probably found something out that is pretty potent. All right, let's see if we can see anything now. I know that the dev Kutayat is actively working on getting us the ability to see the games. Till then, we can just watch Dominic. We love Dominic. Ooh, here we go. Okay. Dominic is playing the best deck, the Sani Bomb. This is pretty close to a list I posted in Discord yesterday. That someone played against me, and I was like, oh, this list is cooking. But it's a Sani Bomb with this 4-cost Sakura, which lets everything that powers up in the mission get a second power up, and then the Hiruzen is another. Oh, here we go. All right, I gotta log in for the tournament. Let me just do that over my second screen. Sign in. There we go. I see it. Okay. Boom. All right. Here's the tournament. There we go. Oh, that's the player. Watch live. Here we go. All right, so we can see all of them. How do we only view one is the question. Here we go. All right. Let's check out Ravi versus who is Tyreek? That would have to be everybody's names that I know them by is not their like names on the thing. That would be Damascus. But Ravi is on that sand move, the more like sand movement type list that I said I liked. We're obviously getting to it in the middle of it, but it looks like the Konkuro has taken out a Kabuto. And Ravi seems to be ahead here. He only has 3 cards in hand compared to Tyrek's 4, and he's down 4 Chakra. But the ball's in Tyrek's court. He's comfortably ahead in C with his Gamma Hero, just like absolutely spiking it. But Tyrek could probably take D if he felt committed to it. But Ravi is here with the Gamma Hero in C with the Bring It Back mission. So when we score that, he'll be able to bounce the Gamma Hero not only to the main effect that it has on the card, but also to the mission effect, effectively negating it and just being a high point mission. It looks like mission B is active though, so they just haven't played into it. Okay. Okay. Let me open up. There we go. There we go. Just making sure I have everything running on the back end now that we're started. Cool. All right. All right, there's a Sakon just to draw 1 card. Not the best Sakon I've seen. Ooh, okay. And Ravi follows it up with the Sand Coffin Garo, which is going to be able to take out 2 cards here. And notably, he'll be able to take out a Tauntaun here. So the hidden card that he takes out, in Mission D gets put below the Tauntaun in the discard pile. So the 4-cost Yin Healing Wounds Kabuto cannot revive it. He would have to take the Tauntaun, which is not a very attractive play to make, right? I think it's best of 1. We're getting clarification for that right now, what the actual structure of it is. But I can also show you guys this once I find it. Trying to find the prizes. The prizes are here somewhere. Yeah, so everybody that's playing today is going to get some custom-made promos that I made. I'll show you guys those in a second. And then the winner is going to get a starter pack from set 1 and set 2, which is pretty cool. It's shipped to them, which is awesome. Shout out to Mufasa in the Discord. He's the one that set all of this up. He's French. You know, that's why it's France versus the world. You got 4 French players versus 4 guys from the other world, or from around the world. So we'll see who can win and who could be the actual world champion. But Tarek played the 2-cost Robo into B, getting a little bit of a power up, only 2. But it's enough for Protected Leader to give him extra power, which is good. And then Ravi plays a Kakashi. I don't know if he has the edge. He could copy the Shino. Other than that, it doesn't do anything for him, right? Because he doesn't have any sound characters. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't do anything. He's just playing it as a 4-power guy. It's fine. And then okay, Tyrek has an Ebisu to tie up the power in the mission, but Ravi's out of chakra, so he can't do anything with this one hitting card he has. And Tyrek has 4 chakra, so there's a possibility he has something in his hand he could play into B to win it, even though Ravi's going to take the edge here. And yeah, he's thinking about it. Is there a world? There is a world where he wins both, right? If he has like a Shino. No, we need something better here. Okay, plays Tayuya into C. Plays a hitting card here. Sandshield Garok. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's going to win B. Ravi's going to have to pick up that Gamma Hero. But he's up 8 points. So let's see. In this last round, there are 19 points on the board. Okay. And Chakra is, wow, okay, yeah. So we're seeing the power of the Sound 4 with Sakon here. And Tayuya. So Tayuya generated an extra 2 Chakra. He has a bunch of cards down. But then Sakon came in and drew him 3 cards in this last round. And he was up by Chakra anyway. So he just gets to fuel back up. Ravi gets to do a little bit of his own with Shikamaru drawing a card, and with Tuning Exam it does actually give him power. And then he has Gamma Hero, we know, so he can draw some extra cards, so he can try to keep up a little bit. And he is still winning, you know, in D, and he's winning in D, C, and then they're tied in B, so this is pretty much anybody's game right now. Wow, okay, Ravi has a Jirobo, just absolutely blowing up Mission D. He's going to be able to take out a hitting card here, unless he elects to go for the Yashimaru. Let's see. Oh, did he take... Oh, he took out the Gamma Hero that's hidden. Okay. Can I see the hidden cards? No, I can't. I wonder... Tyrek probably has a Kidomaru somewhere, considering... Okay, can't see how many cards are in his deck, but he's drawn a bunch of cards, so he probably has a Kidomaru. And he's probably just going to hold on to it to see where he needs to put things later. He wants to see Ravi commit, basically. But this is interesting, the Sand Coffin, because it can take out Shikamaru, it took out a hitting card and a Tayuya, putting the Tayuya on top, which is fine. But notably, that takes out a Sound 4 character in Mission C, right? And the way the Sound 4 characters work is they want other Sound 4 characters in other missions. So that effectively denies him, let's say if he plays a Sakon, it denies him a draw. If he plays a Jirobo, it denies him a power-up. If he plays a Kidomaru, it denies him a move. What did Ravi just do? He plays a hidden character. Okay, both of them... Oh, oops, I just closed the game. There we go. I was going to say, both of them hit a character, and it was a Shino, and then they just flip it. And now the ball is back in Tyrek's court to see what he wants to do. He's one card up, 2 Chakra up, but he's only winning Mission A. Oh, sorry, in Mission D. Ravi could have something. Ravi could have like a Chidori to move his stuff out of D now that Jirobo's there, but I have to imagine Tyrek, with all the cards he's drawn, at least has 1 Kidomaru. So I think he's just playing the game as long as he can until that'll be his last card he plays, so that he can move his characters around to know when things set in where he needs to put his power, basically. All right, looks like I think Mac lost. He's in the chat. He says sad. It's best of 1 right now, and then the top cut will be best of 3. I don't know. Yeah, let me just ask. How many rounds of... All right, they're doing a couple rounds of best of 1 before top 3 cut, or not top 3 cut. Sorry, best of 3 cut. I just asked how many that actually means. Um, what did we miss? Okay, so Ravi has a Black Seal Sakon, so he's gonna be able to copy, which he did, his other Sakon, which let him draw a ton of cards, and he still has 11 Chakra. So it looks like he's probably gonna be able to finesse this. I have to imagine he only has a couple cards left in his deck. Let me adjust this a little bit more. Just make sure I can see everything. There we go. Okay, Robbie had a Conqueror, which I think he was... Oh, I guess he didn't upgrade it. I was going to say, I bet he was just saving that to see if they Kidumaru'd the Jirobo, then he can move it, but he does defeat a Sakon. A little too late there, but he's out of Chakra. He's one card in hand. The most he could do is play a Tauntaun from hand, and then Tarek, like I said, has 11 Chakra, 5 cards in hand. He's winning D currently. So what does he need to win? Let's say Ravi wins B. Which one is closer, actually? Let's say he wins A. Ravi goes up to 24, and then there's 17 points on board, which is fine, right? 17 point. What am I talking about? 13. There's 13. So Tarek needs to win C, B, and A, right? That's 10. That's 11 points. That would put him up to 19. No, okay. He needs to win every mission? Wait. Yeah, he needs to win every mission, right? Because if Ravi wins 3 points up to 19, there's 11. Yeah, 11 points on board. He goes up to 19. But Ravi's going to have the edge. So yeah, Tarek needs to win every mission. Okay, Sandshield or Sandcoffin's pretty good here. It gets to take out a couple things. It gets to take out, yeah. So he takes out Shikamaru over here, and then takes out the Yashimaru here. Probably looking to maybe, well, he needs to win the mission. And the Yashimaru added a power, whereas these hitting cards are going to do nothing for him. You don't have the sound, but the matches are awesome. Awesome, Mufasa. Awesome. Yes, the ball, I think Ravi's passed, so the ball is totally in Tyrek's court. There's a 4-cost Kidumaru, okay. So he can move Jirobo to A. Now he's winning there. He still needs a power in D to win it, and then he just needs a little something in C and B. But he only has 3 cards, so maybe this slipped away from him. Okay, there's a Gamma Hero into B, so he's winning A and B. Now he needs to win C and D with that little Chakra. Okay, wins D. Wow, okay, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. Ravi wins that. Just like the, what do they call it? The seat of his, flying by the seat of his pants, whatever. He wins it. It was really good. Very good. That was very close, very close. If you had a little bit more Chakra, the player on top, they would have won. But here's Mr. Ozick versus Kingsley, two of the behemoths of the game, absolutely duking it out. G Black, I think there's two or three players not using Sound 4. Let me double check that for you. 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Yeah, 4 players are not using Sound 4, including you, which is surprising to me. I think it'd be like 5 or 6, but I like it because it makes it a little bit more diverse. But so we got into this game. Kingsley has 12 points to Ozick's 9, and they're both out of Chakra. This game's about to end. Let's see. He's gonna win 7 up to 6. Okay, I wasn't able to calculate it in time, but let's see if we can go. Can we see the standings? Okay, yeah. So Ty won to get that game that we watched. Wait, I thought Ravi ended up winning that. Okay, I must have miscounted something. I thought Ravi ended up winning, but Anti-Meta won, G-Black won, and Komar won. Who do we have? Okay. Seeing if I don't know off the top of my head who's French and who's not. Let's see if it says here in their like profile. So Zorix, he's Polish, French. Okay. All right. Well, we have round 2 going. All right. So let's take a look at. Do I want to watch G Black? Who is it? Yo, what's up, William? Yeah, French. The French are duking it out here. I wanted to watch one of the Uchiha lists. Let's we can watch G Black since he's. Oh, I clicked on that. This is tripping me up a little bit. How do I? Oh, watch live. Okay, sorry. It's a new interface for me, so I'm a little off it. But let's go with G Black versus Ty. So G Black is not on the Sound 4, but this is France versus the World game because Tyrik's French. G Black's not. He's Italian. So G Black is not playing the Sound 4. He's playing a ton of one-ofs like we went over at the beginning of the stream. And Tyrik is indeed playing the Sound 4. So we'll see how it fares. A couple players, I mean, only half the players in this game are playing in this tournament are only playing the Sound 4, which the Sound 4, if you've been playing the simulator, you know, is like really hot right now. It's very good to just jam into the classic, like, good stuff shell. 4 players decided that it wasn't good enough to submit here, and I wonder if they've found something that really made them think that. Saw a decent amount of Rasengan, some Heaven Curse Mark in the Itachi, so we'll see. And maybe it's like the 6 cost Itachi is like really what puts it over the line. Because sure, they have like a massive cards, but if all of them have -1 power, maybe it's not worth it to run them all. Audio is extremely low. Sorry, that's probably because I keep leaning away from my microphone. Apologies. We had this problem yesterday, as I would like lean all the way back over here, but then like my microphone's right here. I'll just have to make sure I'm in front of the microphone. Thank you. All right, G Black was able to take the first mission with his Naruto and Anko, whereas Tyrik just hid a ton of cards. And then Tyrik flipped a Sand Shield, which G Black had already put down the Shino. Okay, Tyrik has his own Shino, but Tyrik is still losing in D here. He's up 2 Chakra, but he's down 3 cards in hand. He's committed a lot to D. I bet G Black is kind of just like keeping status quo here, where he flips the Shino to be competitive here, but he's probably not going to commit all that much more into it, considering Tyrik's locked up all of these cards here. Now, he can free them with something like a Kidomaru in the future, right? But he doesn't have any Sound 4 characters in play yet, so it'll be a while before then. So I imagine G Black just tries to go for C. Okay, or he just like slam dunks a Rasengan and says, I don't really care that you have cards here because I'm going to kill them. Maybe that's what it is too. Wow, he just takes out 2 hidden cards and he hits Kakashi and Jirobo. Dude, what a Rasengan. What a Rasengan. He could have gone for something he knew of, like the Shino, knowing that it has 4 power. But instead, he just went for the hidden cards thinking, you know, the cards that you have aren't even that impressive because he's going to be winning anyways. But also, if he takes out something like the Shino, Ty could just have another one for 1 Chakra and place it down, and he didn't do too much. So he's gambling on the 2 hidden cards being good, and they absolutely were. Jirobo and Kakashi are a huge hit. A huge hit. All right, Ty just plays a baby Jirobo into C, but since he doesn't have any Sound characters anywhere, he won't get any power-ups. So he's still losing in C to the single Sand Shield. All right, G Black. I think G Black's actually making a really good estimation here. So I said he might not play into D because he had so many resources here, but because Ty had so many resources here. But off the back of this Rasengan, he denied him 2 cards here, and then is keeping to play cards here because he knows that Tai only has 2 cards in hand and he has 1 hidden card committed to D, and Black has a ton of cards. So if he wins D, he can try to deny Tai some cards and just completely out advantage him. And this will be really important considering G Black is not playing the Sound 4 in his deck, so he doesn't have access to the mass card draw of Sakon, whereas Tai does. So he's making Tai rely on that instead of the mission itself, which is, I think, a pretty good estimation, considering Tai has only played a Jirobo into C, and there could be... Actually, no, we know Black's only on 1 Rasengan, because I was going to say there could be like another Rasengan in the future. Okay, but he has a Kirumaru that he plays into D. Let's see what he does with it. Because he gets to move 1 character. He might just move the hidden card into C. Oh no, he just declines to do it altogether. Okay, he doesn't move anything. Doesn't move anything. That's okay. Okay, wow. And Black is going pretty aggressive here, playing the Sand Coffin. He's going to be able to blow up the last 10 cards. So Gamma Hero, wow, 3 for 3 with just like banger hitting cards. Absolute snipes from G Black. This also lets him win D. He'll draw a card. Lets him win C. He'll bounce a Sand Coffin, and now he can use it again. I mean, he can use it again immediately if he wants on this 1 hitting card. Oh no, is it upgraded Kirumaru? Wow! Oh my gosh, what a play from Tai. His last card was an upgraded Kirumaru, so he upgrades it, moves the Onko to have more power in D to win it, and this Onko now does not generate black chakra, so now he's down 2 chakra. That was crazy. That was crazy. I was not expecting that line. That was fire. That was fire. It just goes to show the quality of players we have in this tournament. All of them are like top leaderboard players. That was awesome. All right, G Black goes ahead and just plays a Gamma Hero into C. Again, so we're seeing this the same as the last game, where the Bring It Back mission, when it scores, you have to return a friendly non-hitting character in the mission to your hand. Gamma Hero has to return to your hand anyways, so you get to skirt the downside of this by playing him. Not only that, but Gamma Hero has 6 power, so he gets to just like spike it, and it's really hard to deal with. It's a very popular interaction. Most decks play like 1 Gamma Hero when they play Bring It Back for this. Tyric is still down on cards by a large margin. He has the 1 hitting card and 2 in hand, whereas Black has no hidden but 6 in hand. However, he is up by 5 chakra, so he'll be able to play probably all of, if not most of them. Whereas Black is going to have to make some selections here. We know one of them is a Sand Coffin, which he could just go ahead and take out the hidden card and the Tauntaun, and I wonder if that's what he's thinking about right now. If he thinks that that is worth it. I don't know if... and Tai knows that he has the Sand Coffin, right? Because he... Oh, okay, sorry. It was... Tai had the... what do you call it? It was his turn. I was going to say, you don't know what card quality your opponent has. And so, like, blowing up the 1 hidden card... Like, he's already 3 for 3 blowing up hidden cards, but Tai only had 2 in his hand and the 1 hidden. So if it was G Black's turn, I wonder if he would have just taken out the Tauntaun and that 1 card. Because it not only would deny him one of the 3 cards he has, but he could put the Tauntaun on top to protect against a future Kabuto. All right, ball's back in G Black's court after Tai flipped to Shikamaru. He doesn't have the edge, though. I wonder... I think he was just trying to take an action to make G Black act. Is probably what I had to guess. But he also knows that he can't get Sand Coffins now, because G Black just doesn't have the chakra for it. Okay, upgrade Sakura. I was going to say, it's possible that he had a Sand Shield and could play it, flip it, and then Sand Coffin, but no, he just Sakura's into not a Chidori, not a Jirobo, into 2-cost Sakura, which is not going to end up drawing him a card, but it is going to force Tai to put some amount of power into B. And so this kind of locks it up a little bit interestingly, right? Because they're tied in D, and G Black's going to take the edge. So Tai is incentivized to play his one card into D, but then the card that he hit into B has to be good enough. It has to be 3 power, or it has to interact in some way so that he can win it. Or it could just be something like a Kidomaru and you can just move some stuff around and it's fine. We'll see. Tai's thinking about it. G Black could also have a Tauntaun before passing. We'll see. Interesting. Okay, his last card was a Mind Transfer Eno, electing to take control of B. Because he couldn't really do much with it elsewhere, but because Black has the edge, he's going to win. Sorry, I think I said D over here, but I meant B. He's going to take in... G Black's going to win D to draw that card. So going into this last round, while Tai has 3 extra chakra, he only has 2 cards in hand and 1 hitting card to Black's 8 cards in hand. Black is still winning C. Okay. You don't see the score. Oh, my camera's covering it. Sorry, I didn't even realize that. I had my camera here from the live stream yesterday. Here, I'll put it right here, and I can even just make it a little bit smaller. There we go. I'll do that. There we go. How's that? Sorry about that. That didn't even occur to me. Boom. Boom. Oh, actually, I just realized my whole screen is messed up. It's not a... Let me make sure. I'm gonna mess around with things. There we go. Yes, now you'll be able to see everything. Although I don't think you need to see the sides like this. There we go. All right, there we go. And then I'll move. Sorry, I didn't even realize that everything was all screwed up like this. There we go. Ooh, the camp. Thank you for calling that out, Knori. There we go. That's better, right? Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, Tai just takes out more cards with Gara. Yeah, the game's over. Black just absolutely crushing there. The Sandcoffin Gara is being crazy, Rasengan being good as always. And kind of the Discord chat was talking about this a lot yesterday about how good removal is versus the Sound 4 deck, and really saw it on display there. Because the Sandcoffin Gara is just denying a lot of Chakra Ramp, and they did hit some crazy hitting cards, as well as the Rasengan denying Chakra Ramp, but Tai was not able to get off the ground with the Sound 4 package of putting, Sound 4 in every mission, so there wasn't a lot of synergy he could pull, even if he had the cards. Okay, we got into that one a little bit too late, so we didn't really see what happened, but here we have the French Kingsley Commar versus the Italian Antimeta. Check out Antimeta on Instagram, by the way. He does daily content. It's awesome. Kingsley's winning by 2 points, and he's up 1 chakra, down 3 cards, but Antimeta's winning C and A, while Kingsley's winning D and B. Kingsley's a person that probably has taken the most elo out of anybody from me in the history of this simulator. So I have confidence that he has a plan cooked up in his hand. Okay, there's a 2-cost Jirobo into A, which ends up having 5 power, which is pretty powerful. Antimeta does have a Shino for B, but it still doesn't let him win it. Gamma Hero, we're seeing the power of Gamma Hero here again. I mean, 6 power is just a ton. It's just a ton. Yeah, G Black is saying, "Come on, Antimeta. The Italians can take it down." G Black, that was a great game. That was very well played. Those you taking out. I talked about it when you did it the first mission, Rasengan, taking out the 2 hitting cards instead of taking out the Shino and a hitting card. I think was very smart, and it ended up being that he did hide just banger after banger there, and you were able to take them all out. So well done, well done. Okay, interesting. So Antimeta Black Seal Sakons to copy Jirobo to really boost it in C. This reads to me that he has a Kidomaru or another way to move it because he was already winning here. So let's see. He has 7 chakra, and a Kidomaru costs 3. If he plays Kidomaru, he can move 3 characters, and he'll have 4 left, so we can take a couple actions before committing to that. And it's 10 to 12, so let's see. There's 8, 9, 10, there's 17 points in play. 17 points. Let's do the math here. If you win 6, he goes to 18. And then there's 11. 21. 2. It's 19. Okay, yeah, Antimatter needs to win one of the 4 cost and one of the 6 cost to win. That's all that needs to happen. It's doable. It's doable. I don't want to be biased in this, but it is French versus the rest of the world, and I count myself as the rest of the world. So I can't say I'm rooting for the French, but I'm rooting for Kingsley as a person, but just in the spirit of sports, I guess, you know. Mac, you're 0-2? Dog. Top leaderboard. Dude at the top of the leaderboard, 0-2. Insane. They're too strong. I mean, we do have like 8 of the best players in the world here. Just straight up. So you're losing to the best. It's only the best. All right, it seems like they're thinking pretty long back and forth, see what happens. Which is fair. They're coming into the very end of the game. And it's like, it could be anyone's game. Kingsley only has 2 cards in hand, but he has the 2 hidden cards, so I wonder what he has up his sleeve. Okay, he has his own Kidomaru, which will get to move a full 4 characters. That's awesome. Max says, in the first game, I played cuttingly, but the second one, I miscalculated. Lost by 1 point. Oh, man. That's brutal. That's brutal. It's funny, like, losing by 1 point feels bad, but when you lose by the edge, like, everybody's happy because it's, like, so funny and calculated. I like losing by the edge, I can never be upset with. All right, yeah, so he moves a lot out of D into A because I think he knows that that's one of the missions that he needs to win. Huh. Yeah. Okay, upgrades a Jirobo here. Okay, yeah, so he definitely... The last card he's going to play is definitely Kidomaru. Yeah, the worst thing is that you're sure you'd win. Yeah. You just, like, confidently pass, and then you're like, yep, and then the mission scoring happens. You're like, oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, so Anti-Meta showing the power of not only Jirobo, but also this Black Seal Sakon, just being able to copy Jirobos. So good, so good. Okay, Anti-Meta's last card was also a Kidomaru, but he couldn't hold on any longer to move things around. So let's see what he does. I will come back stronger in France. Yeah, man, I'll see you there. I'm very excited for Paris. It's going to be so sick. I fear everything that Kingsley is doing here is not going to matter if Anti-Meta's last card is indeed, or the last card he plays, he has 5 in hand, is indeed a Kidomaru. Because he can move... He can just move both Jirobos and win B and A, and that's all he needs to win, right? Because he gets 10 points up to 20. And then Kingsley would win a 7 up to 19. Yeah, last card, Kidomaru. And that should be it. Yeah, Kingsley conceded. Nice. All right, that's all we have for round 2. Awesome. So we have 2 undefeated characters in G Black and Anti-Meta are 2 Italians, right? Let's double check the flags. Yep, there are 2 Italians undefeated in this. Our two we have 1 French and 1 Polish at the 0-2 bracket, unfortunately. And then let's see, it's G Black versus Anti-Meta in this finals. We've already seen games from them. Yeah, all right, let's oh, they're not quite ready yet. We'll see. Everybody's getting started. But let's watch them. Let's watch the Italians duke it out. Just wait for them to. There we are. I find it so weird that the interface like pops up when you're spectating like that. You know what I mean? Cool. All right. First mission's call for support, worth 2 points, and this is a really interesting first mission. So you don't see a lot of people play call for support, but it gets really interesting when it's on D because the score effect is power up to a character in play. And as you guys know, you score missions in order. So you score D, and then you can power up to something in these missions, and that could potentially let you actually win those missions. So if let's say Anti-Meta has 3 power here and G Black has 2 power, but G Black wins D, he can power up his 2 power guy to 4, and then this mission scores and he would win it. So it'll be really interesting to see how the players utilize that during the game. Like I said, this mission is not one of the most played ones. Not something you won't like ever see, but it's not the most played one. So you need to very intentionally play with it. Otherwise, you're going to get totally shellacked by that. Anti-Meta starting off the classic Tauntaun, plays a Jirobo. G Black just goes hidden card into 3 Kashino, drawing both of the player's cards. But G Black is currently winning. Excuse me. And he flips a Sandshield Gara. So he's now comfortably winning. Now, Anti-Meta could have something. Okay, just sack-ons for 1 card, and he's going to lose this mission. But I imagine this is in the face. He has something like he's planning on black sealing it later or something like that. Or maybe his hand just doesn't quite line up and he doesn't want to hide some cards. But we'll see. Either way, he's a strong sound presence to begin with, which can be pretty crucial for the sound decks. The sound decks aren't super duper concerned with winning mission D and sometimes maybe even D and C. They're really like a snowball deck where they get set up, maybe Anti-Meta plays like a Tayuya here, and then in the next round generates, 2 extra chakra, and the next round 3 extra chakra, So just building that base of sound characters to just extract all the value from them. But just off the bat here, they don't do a whole lot when you don't have the other ones out. And Sound 4 is looking like it's going to be one of the best decks in the upcoming meta with the Set 2 release. Okay, G Black is really into blowing up these hidden characters. We saw him in the last game where Sengon 2 hidden characters. But it seems pretty attractive when he has just one chakra to pay when you upgrade the sand shields. He's probably more aggressive than I think most people would be, and maybe that's why he is so good. Maybe he's totally right that you want to be aggressive with those. I personally am a greedy person, so I would have totally held it, and maybe I would have gotten punished for it. Cool. Anti-Meta has a Kirumaru to move his Sakon out of C because he's pretty far behind. Out of D because he's pretty far behind on D, and I think he's just going to focus on winning C. Both players have 5 cards in hand, and G Black's only up 1 chakra, so they're pretty even. Wow, okay, and we have a second Sakon hitting the board in D for Anti-Meta, drawing him 2 cards, so he's now drawn 4 cards total, including G Black Shino, and G Black's only drawn 1 card. We'll see. Okay, Tsunade's out, so now Black is protected. We'll see if Anti-Meta can get something like a Black Seal Sakon, to copy the other Sakon to draw even more cards and just get so far ahead on cards that it buries G-Black. That's kind of something that this Sound 4 deck is looking to do. Wow, Black has a second Sand Coffin. He just rips it to take out the hitting card and the Tauntaun, which it was a Shino, which would have, before the Sand Coffin guard, would have actually won him the mission, which is amazing. Amazing call by G-Black to take that out. He just kind of taking what he can get with those Sand Coffins. I think is pretty decently calculated. And he's gonna lock up these missions. So like, actually, that Shino wouldn't even have won him the mission because G-Black would have won Call for Support and could have powered up his guy. So, all in all, though, those Sand Coffins are denying anti-meta 3 Chakra going into this round, and G-Black's actually going to be ahead by 1 Chakra. That's crazy. Is anti-meta playing... Let me go to my notes. Is anti-meta playing to Yuya's? He is playing to Yuya's. Okay. Because those Sand Coffins in the Sound 4 matchup usually are pointed at Tayuyas. You're saving them to blow up the Tayuyas. That's why most sound lists play a tuning exam, because they can protect your Tayuya specifically from Sand Coffin. But G-Black said, "Nah, I'm just gonna take out your. I'm gonna take what I can get with those." And it's working out for him so far. He's won every mission so far. He is down on cards, so he has 3 committed to the board and 3 in hand, whereas Antimet has 2 committed to the board and 5 in hand. So he's down 1 card total. Okay, G-Black drops a Tsunade into B, so now Anti-Meta is really not incentivized to remove any of G-Black's characters. Wow, he plays another hitting card into C. I wonder if he's just looking to Chakra ramp going into the last round, or if he has something else planned. Maybe he's just trying to stall a little bit, knowing that G-Black has less decisions he can make. Wow, okay, so G-Black just goes for the Rasengan. He's going to hide 2 characters. I wonder if he hides something like the Kirumaru and the Jirobo. I find it hard to believe he would hide the Sakon. Okay, wow, he hides both Sakons. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Anti-Meta flips a Shino. He did have the second Shino. Okay. G-Black gets to draw a card. He gets a little bit more cards going, but Anti-Meta has all these cards and 10 Chakra left to G-Black's 2 Chakra, so G-Black's going to take the edge, but then Anti-Meta is going to be able to kind of do whatever he wants. What did he do? He played his own Sakura to draw a card. Okay. And then G-Black's probably, just going to play some hitting characters. I mean, G-Black is still looking good despite being behind on cards. These Sand Coffins did a lot of work. And Anti-Meta is still going to have to, like... I mean, Black is winning every mission, right? Anti-Meta needs to put some stuff into play to start to compete, because Black won all the missions so far, so he's setting himself up to only need to win 1 or 2 missions in the last round. Okay, Anti-Meta goes for the upgraded Sakura. Interesting. Let's see what he can hit. He's thinking about it. Alright, elects to not take a Tukashino or a Shikamaru. Instead, he will get a drumroll, please, a Tayuya. Okay, so he is setting up for tons of Chakra into the last round. Now, he has 5 Chakra left he put into B. I have to imagine he has something else to put into B to actually win it. And then also that would deny G-Black a card draw because he would not win the mission. Which I think is pretty important on Anti-Meta's plan here, because he's drawn so many extra cards between the 1 Shino, the 2 Sakuras, and then the 2 Sakons. He's drawn a decent amount of cards, so if he can keep drawing more and denying G-Black some of them, I think it will play to his advantage in the last round. Boom. Okay, wow. Kabuto's a great draw here or a great play here, because not only is he going to win D, he's going to be able to win B, because the Shino gets to put 3 power into play, just edging out. And even if the Shino wasn't enough, Anti-Meta is now winning in D, so his call for support would be able to power up something, his Tuyuya, for example, in B, and maybe get it there. Great play by Anti-Meta. He's probably cooking that for a while, thinking, when's the best time to commit the Sakura into Kabuto. So he's going to claw back some points here. So it is 6-12. So G Black does still have the lead, but Anti-Meta's up by 4 chakra, and he has another card in hand over him. Okay, G Black starts with a Shikamaru, which is a good one just to make Anti-Meta take some game actions, and then also churn through his deck, get something a little bit better going. Sorry for yawning so much. We did the tier list of all of set 2 yesterday. It took like 3 hours. My throat literally hurt from talking so much after it. But then I just played Riftbound with my wife until like midnight. And so I did not get a lot of sleep, but we're here having a ton of fun. This is awesome. This is going to be like the last hoorah of just set 1 Naruto. Kutai, the dev of the simulator, has programmed like all of the set 2 cards. He's just working out bugs now, so I've been playing some of them. I need to wait a couple more days for the bugs to be ironed out, but Kutai is an absolute machine putting these things together. Huge thanks to him. I can't wait to see him in Paris. I have a gift for him from America. He's an absolute goat, just carrying the Mythos community straight up with this simulator. Otherwise it would be tough out here, and we couldn't do these cool tournaments, right? All right, Anti-Meta still up 6 chakra on Black, but whoa, what just happened? How do you draw 3 cards? What did I just miss? Oh, he reflipped over the Sakon. Right. Yeah, so I was saying I was surprised that G Black did that. Because it just enables Anti-Meta to draw so many cards. I'm curious what his thoughts were there. But it looks like this is probably going to slip away from Black just due to lack of cards. So if Anti-Meta wins, what does he need to, or so what does Black need to win? So if he wins C, which he's ahead in right now, he gets 4 points up to 16. And then there's 12 points on board, 18. So G Black just needs to win 2 of any mission, and he wins. Currently, he's winning these 3, but probably not for long. I guess we'll have to see. Mufasa says for the top cut, if you can put on 2 matches at the same time. We'll probably just do 1 at a time, just because it's pretty hard to keep track of both at the same time. I mean, it's hard enough to keep track of 1, right? But we'll see if Black has 2 cards left, and he has 1 hidden in D. He can even win the two of the lowest cost missions. That'd be 6 points. He goes to 18, and there's only 10 on board for Anti-Meta. And something important too here is if G Black plays these into D and wins D, he gets to power up 2 from this call for support, so he can help out one of the other missions as well, which is really, really interesting. This really could be anybody's game right now. I have to imagine Anti-Meta can work it out just from the massive cards he has and the chakra advantage, but there is a world where G Black just wins this. Okay, Anti-Meta plays an Ebisu into B to draw 1 card, and now he's not, and to not be winning B. I'm curious to see what his hand layout looks like for that to be the play. We know he has a Kidomaru, right? We know he has a Kidomaru, and he's drawn a bunch of cards. We might even have a second one. So it might be futile. It might be. We'll just have to see. Because anti-meta could do something like upgrade Jirobo, Kidomaru, move things into his G Black's 3 less populated missions and win it. Yeah. Oh, actually, does anti-meta... Yeah, anti-meta can't win just these, because if G Black gets the 6 points off here, then he would still win. So anti-meta has to take A too. He has to make sure he wins A, otherwise he's cooked. This is a really interesting spot. Okay, G Black just goes ahead and hides a card into D. So I think kind of what we identified is what's going through his head too. It's like, okay, if I secure D and I'm still winning in the other missions, I'll be able to use that call for support to shore it up. Okay, anti-meta hides a card into C. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing exactly what we talk about with just taking some time, hopefully elongating the game for the sake of G Black taking some game actions so that he knows more what his plan is. Okay, G Black flips a Chidori Sasuke, kind of doing the antithesis of what I was thinking of, like, you know, trying to load into D. I wonder what this one card he hid though is. It might be a Heaven Curse Mark. Does he play Heaven Curse Mark? I don't think he does. But and then spreads his power out to A. Oh, it was a Shino. Wow. Okay. It's a great play from anti-meta. It is, you know, what we're talking about. But he has a bunch of power in A now. And we know, again, anti-meta has the Kidomaru. However, he can't move a lot out of D. He can move like the Jirobo, but then he loses D if he moves anything else. And in fact, you'd have to add something because G Black's definitely going to have the edge. Wow, okay, G Black's last card was the 4-cost Tsunade, which he uses to upgrade and pick back up his Shino. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's see if... Can he pull this out? Anti-meta has the Kidomaru, obviously. Let's see, the Kidomaru can move Jirobo here. This is tough. I guess it depends what his other cards are, because... We'll see. He could just... If he just abandons D and goes for winning C, B, and A. If he moves Jirobo here, this adds 2 power here. He can move Kabuto here, and then he can move Sakon here. That would make him winning A, him being anti-meta, even in B, and then winning C. And then G Black is either putting the Shino in C or A. I wonder if he has a way to deal with it. But also, again, that would leave D all to G Black, and he has the power up of 2 that he can put somewhere else. So this is a really sticky situation. And if you remember back to the start of the game, I called out Call for Support as being one of the really interesting cards to be in the D mission, and we're seeing exactly that here. Exactly that. Yeah, because if anti-meta has another Jirobo who doesn't have enough chakra to Kidomaru. Okay, he flips the Kidomaru. Let's see what he does with it. He has to move 3 characters. Only 3 characters, not 4, because that Tayuya got hidden in A. And he still has 4 chakra. Still has 4 chakra. Okay, moves the Jirobo into A. Moves... Okay, he does exactly what I had just said. And so now G Black has to decide where he wants to put this Shino. If he hides it, it's at risk of getting it's at risk of getting destroyed by something. And he has the chakra to play face up, so I wonder if he's going to. He could play... Okay, he just plays it into C, thinking, you know, do your worst, pass. G Black has the edge, so anti-meta needs to put 2 power into A, 3 power into B, and... Sorry. G Black needs to win 2 missions, so anti-meta only needs to win 2 missions as long as he wins Sorry. He needs to win. Oh no, yeah. He needs. Sorry, I'm so cooked right now. He needs to win all. Antimatter needs to win all 3 missions. He needs to win all 3 missions, right? Because there's 14 points in play that puts him up to 20. This would put G Black up to 14. If Antimatter only wins the 2 highest cost, which is 10, that's 16, and then G Black wins 6 points up to 18. Yeah, so Antimatter needs to win all 3. Okay, upgrades a Kirumaru, which is really good. This is really good. He gets to move a character out of the mission, as well as defeating something in play. So he can... Interesting. He moves Kirumaru over here. He can defeat a Tauntaun if he feels like it. Doesn't matter. I wonder if he has another 3-cost Kirumaru. If he has another 3-cost Kirumaru... Okay, Shino lets him win D. So he's winning D and he's winning A, but he's still losing C and B. He needs something. He needs something because... Oh, no. Because Antimatter... Oh my gosh, I powered up Kabuto. That's crazy. Because Antimatter can call for support. Yeah, okay, he got it. Wow, Antimatter totally puzzled this out. He got it. He wins D. They're even in B. He can power up here and then win every mission. Wow, that was masterfully done by Antimatter. Also very well played by G Black. That was awesome. That was actually like a really big treat to watch. That was absolutely amazing. I can hear my dogs barking. I bet they're hungry. I am just going to go feed them, and I will be back in like literally 2 seconds. I'm just gonna tell Antimatter. Cool. I will be back in 2 minutes. All right. We are back. We're back. Boom. Let's just refresh here. Oh, what did I do? Send a leaderboard. What's up, guys? We're back. The tournament disappeared. Yeah, the tournament did disappear. So it's gonna be best of 3 from now on. I think we have the top cut. I think they're gonna be played just here. Let's see. We're just waiting on some last info from the TO. But this has been super exciting, guys. It's crazy to see just the straight up best players in the game just duking it out, because they're just like have calculated so far ahead of anything I would ever do. That's amazing. Also, shout out to the sim dev, Katuya, who just like does all this shit for fun. Like, this is awesome. Look at this. Yeah, we literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the page 1 players in this tournament. So good, so good. Yeah, that last game against G-Back was insane. You absolutely crushed that. Like, it was very, very impressive to see you work that all out. Because we're like, there's a chance that Black was able to take it, but you like just your play was very tight to the point you it was like perfect. It was absolutely perfect. All right, I believe that's the last of the Swiss. We're gonna have the top cut now. It's gonna be best of 3. Just waiting on how that is working and where we can watch it. We got three. I just asked like how we're doing this. 3 people are typing. Yeah. Yeah. Naruto. Let's go to Naruto Mythos. Let's take a look at some of these set 2 cards. I did a whole tier list of the entirety of set 2 yesterday. I got kind of lost in the sauce, I think, on some of them. I think the tier list is not very good now that I'm looking at it after like the 3-hour stream of me just like hammering it. I hadn't really thought about a lot of the cards before. It was just kind of like first reaction to them. Some of the standouts is like, I think I very overvalued this 10-10. I don't think this is actually going to end up being that good. It's like fine, and in something like the Sounding Bomb, which I'm trying, I think it's fine. Which here, let me pull up that list, because I sent it in the Discord yesterday. If you're not in the Discord, you need to be. It's where all the fun happens. I'll put a link to the Discord in the chat if you wanna join. But let me see if I can find my deck list here. Ooh, wait, someone else sent a deck list. What is this? Oh, it's a new mill deck with set 2, which has some new toys, which is awesome. Yeah, here we go. Let me go open image link. There we go. Yeah, so this is the list I was trying for the Sounding Bomb. You can see there are some old classics of like the Shinos, the Shikamaru's, the Tsunade, and the Ebisu, but other than that, it's all new cards, right? We don't even play Tauntaun. So the 10-10 is a Leaf Village character, so we're going with that. The Teuchi, the ramen guy, is just like such good ramp. And then this Sakura is like the unsung hero of the deck. Very good interaction with a lot of the cards here. So it's a 4-cost, 4 power.
with all of your power-ups power up another time. So only in the mission that it's in, though. So when you Tsunade, everything in that mission gets 2 power-ups. However, this Udon, if you have a Konohamaru in the mission, he powers up himself, so he'll get 2. Shizune also powers up a card in the mission, a Leaf Village character in the mission, and then this this mission. Let's go to the mission so I can show you. It's behind it. No, it's New Forces. If you play a character with a different name than any other character in the mission, power up to that character. So there's a lot of power ups that happen, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. This mission attachment's also fire. It gives all of your characters that have, is it cost 1 or less or power 1 or less? All your non-hitting characters cost 2 or less have +1 power. And if you keep a track at home, that's the Shizunes, all of the Academy students, the Ramen guys, the Tentens, and the Shikamaru. So it's very good. Very good. It powers them all up. So now we have a little bit more reach in the deck than just the Tsunades. Because just the Tsunades in the last version were kind of like the bottleneck, where if you didn't have one or both, you were kind of cooked. But now there's not only that, but we get these new cards like the Narutos and the what do you call these? This is a, what is this card called? It's one of the S tier cards I ranked yesterday. Should be right here. Yeah. Planned reinforcements, to get a bunch of hitting cards off the top of your deck to effectively be your draw cards. Because before, remember, we were trying to draw cards with like Sakura and whatnot. But now we get to use those, and we have the Shikamarus and the Ebisu for a little bit more, as well as Moegi gets to bounce things. And then we play Rescue Friend to draw, as well as bring it back so you can bounce the draw characters to draw more to hit those cards. Tarek said he's very interested to try it. Yeah, man, this list is super sweet. I think I went 3-0 with it in just like the test games I had. I can't quite remember. I did a lot yesterday. After stream, I played some. Okay, here we go. I played some on the sim, and then my wife and I played Riftbound for like 5 hours, and then I played more of the sim. But a lot of the cards are bugged right now, unfortunately, so I kind of need to wait a little bit before really diving into the sim with set 2. But alas. How are you guys? How are you guys seeing something different than I'm seeing? Oh, because I have two things open. Okay, now you're not seeing anything. Hold on. I screwed up. I screwed something up here. There we go. All right, we're just waiting on the last player to join. So we have Anti-Meta from Italy. We have Dash, which is French. We have Ty, who is French. And then G Black is the last player that will be joining, and he is also Italian. So 2 of the Frenchmen and both of the Poles got beaten out here. So now it's not French versus the world. It's French versus Italy right now. World Cup type shit. We're just waiting on G Black to join and we can get started. Oh yeah, and these will be best of 3. And then we'll crown a winner. Tarek says, yesterday I realized that the new Sasuke only defeats it. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so... reading the card explains the card. I thought it killed anything. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, you're so right. You're so right. Sorry, I was stretching. You're so right. That is so funny that... Okay, I was like geeking, dude. And I did it this morning too when I was playing Simulator. I'm like, this thing is broken. Why is this thing broken? I can't... It kills an upgraded character, not anything. And that makes the card way worse. I mean, it's still, I think, pretty decent, but it makes it way worse because I remember ranking it really high because I'm like, you can just kill anything with it. Wow. Okay. Okay, yeah, reading the card explains the card, for those who didn't know. That's so funny, man. That's so funny. Yeah, we're still just waiting on G Black. Why don't we... been to the simulator so many times that I like can't even find this thing. For those of you who don't know, though, let's pull this up. So there's the Paris regionals happening in like 3 weeks. Is that 3 weeks? 3.5 weeks. Happening in, like I said, Paris. It's a regionals. There's tons of prizes. So if we go to Naruto Mythos, did we start? No. There's tons of prizes. So let me just scroll down to them. So each participant will get if you just show up, you'll get the Sakura, which for those keeping track at home, like I am, that's in the Sonic Bomb deck list I was just showing you. Very excited about that. But then if you get top 64, you get this new Gara. If you get top 32, you get this Naruto, which for also those keeping track at home, not only is in that Sonic Bomb deck, this is one of the few S tier cards I ranked yesterday. This is hands down one of the best cards in the set, and it's going to have a top 32 promo, which is fire. Top 16 gets this new Itachi, which is probably the best art so far of any of these promos. And then top 8 gets this Sasuke, which is really cool. And all the prizes are cumulative. So if you get top 8, you get the top 16 card, you get the top 32 card, you got the top 64 card. Not only that, but there are playmats that you get put out as well, because the if you just participate, you get this really cool Naruto one. If you top 64, you also get the Orochimaru one, and then if you top 8, you get the Itachi one, which is pretty cool. And of course, the winner gets the 1/1 gold card that says France below it. Now, this is happening in Paris, like I said. However, at the end of September, they just announced that we're getting a regional in America. Down in Florida, the weekend of... Can we find it? Down in Florida, the weekend of September 27th. It's a Sunday. We get our own regional. It's going to be the same pricing. As you can see. But this gold Kakashi just says USA instead of France. And so it seems like they might do one for each region that gets a regional of these gold cards. So technically you could have a playset if you bought both of them. I don't think anybody's really playing with those though. And plus, like, do they have it? Do they have it here? That's not even the Kakashi I'd want to play with. Do they have the art Kakashi here? They haven't uploaded all of the art cards yet. Where is it? It's not in the Sound 4 post. Here we go. This Kakashi. Okay, what the hell just happened? This Kakashi is far and away my favorite art in the set. This is so dope. This is gonna be like my chase art. I want to get 2 of these. I don't think this card is going to be particularly good. I want it to be good, but we need more dogs, more ninja hounds to make it good. And this set, unfortunately, doesn't really have that many, so I'm hoping in set 3, especially because it's going chronologically, and if I remember correctly, they do use Pakun to find sorcery. So maybe we get a new Pakun card. We'll get something that's actually good in that deck, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, those regionals are happening. Crazy prizes. I'm super excited for them. I will be in the Paris one. Even though I'm in America, I'll be at the Paris one, but I won't be at the American one because I have a friend's wedding. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I have a friend's wedding that weekend. So I won't be able to go. But it looks like everybody's in. So let's see. I guess we're ready to go. Final best of 3. Yeah, it's Italy versus France. Italy versus France. World Cup. Yeah, man, I'm ready. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right, we have Titus versus Antimeta, Tyric versus Black. I don't think we've watched a game with Titus yet, so let's watch that. And then it's the finals after that. They're stars. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Boom. All right, so we don't need to watch G Black. So let's watch Antimeta versus Titus. Again, 2 of the best players just in the game, straight up. Both starting with a Tauntaun, which is so classic of set 1 here. Everybody's playing tons of Tauntauns. It's like the best thing you can do on turn 1. Xenon TCG has a video dedicated to Tauntaun and why it's so good if you want to check that out. G Black is just saying anti-meta, you have to win. For Italy, for Italy. That's funny. Let me just close these other tabs, and then let me get you a new one. I'll put that. If you're wondering exactly how good Tauntaun is, I'll put this video in the chat. It's a very well done video. Xenon's a cool guy. Boom. There you go. Yeah, if you want a little bit of a deep dive on Tauntaun, check it out there. A couple things happened here. Titus played a. Let me get my mouse off the screen. Titus played a Sakura for no value. Well, it was no value. Now he's upgrading into the Secret Rare Sakura, which is probably going to win him the mission. Whoa, did he just whiff? Completely whiffs off the Secret Rare Sakura because he has 0 chakra left. And he found 2 5-drops and a 6-drop. So he can't even play them. And then Anti-Meta just gets to pass and win the mission. That's crazy unlucky for Titus. But I was going to say, they both went Tauntaun, hidden card. Anti-Meta played Ebisu to draw a card, and then Dash played Sakura not to draw a card, which I'm always hesitant to play the 2-cost Sakuras without any value, but it's something that I've had to just get over recently and start playing it for more value. But Titus was able to put a Chidori on top of his discard pile with that Sakura, so he can Kabuto it back and move both the Sakura and the Tauntaun into C, because Anti-Meta has developed pretty heavily into D. 5 cards there now to Dash's only 2. So, ooh, and then he just gets to go right into the Heaven Curse Mark and take out the Tsunade. I was going to say he's just abandoning D and just letting Anti-Meta have developed his resources there and just move on. But it looks like he can actually fight for it with that Heaven Curse Mark. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. Ooh, Anti-Meta with the second Tauntaun's very good. And Dash's hidden card was an Itachi. Wow. Anti-Meta does have 7 chakra to Dash's 2, and he's up 1 card in hand. So there's still a lot of play to this round, but Dash has had a good blueprint here for this turn. And then Anti-Meta has a second Tayuya, which is really good. If he can get some more sound characters in play, those are going to snowball like crazy. Like if he has something like a 2-cost Jirobo that he can win Mission D with. Okay, instead he goes for the Sakon, just draws a bunch of cards. And now those Tayuyas are going to generate a total of 3 chakra in the next round. Wow. Dash just plays a hidden card, and then let's see what Anti-Meta does with his last 2 chakra. If he has a 2-cost Jirobo, that would be absolutely crazy. Okay, just plays a hidden card. I was going to say, because it would give the Tayuya an extra chakra as well as win him the mission. Actually, no, it wouldn't win the mission because he wouldn't have the edge. Because it would only... Oh, no, it would power up 2. It would power up 2, not 1. Yeah. So he would have won it if he had it. But you can see Anti-Meta is up 5 chakra already on Dash. That's pretty brutal. So Dash has upgraded 2 of his characters, so he's invested 4 of his cards into 2. The Sakura didn't generate him value, even though the Kabuto brought one back and ended up getting him something. But Anti-Meta's 2 Tayuyas and 2 Tauntauns really showcase how far ahead you can get on chakra with a deck like this. The Tayuyas are just so good. And so Anti-Meta decides, this Sasuke and this Itachi are a little too hard to deal with in D, so he moves his resources into C to try to win that instead. And then, oh wow, okay, Dash has a Sand Coffin, so he's going to be able to take out both Tayuyas. Oh. Dash decides to go for the 2 hidden cards, which I don't know if I would have done that. However, I think it is a good play. Because if he didn't have this second sack on, it denies him 2 actual cards. But because Anti-Meta had the second sack on, Dash gets really punished for doing that. It's really punished. Because now these 2 U's are going to generate him insane amounts of chakra. And now he has cards to play with that chakra. Dash just follows up with another Shikamaru. He gets to draw a card because he has the edge. And then, make Anti-Meta make a move. Anti-Meta's thinking about it. 5 cards in hand to Dash's 4, and Anti-Meta's up 3 chakra. plays a Tsunade into B. I wonder if Dash has another sound character to put into D. If he does, these Tayuyas each are going to generate 3 chakras. That'll be 6 total. Wow. Okay, Dash has a Gamma Bunta for C, so that's going to give him a lot of power and draw him a card. However, like we've been talking about with the chakra, it is going to bounce to his hand at the end of the turn. So it is going to not help him in that regard. But if Antimatter can find the second Black Seal to copy one of the other Sakons, he can pretty much, I think he can run away with this game. Because he'll have all the chakra in the world he needs, and then he'll have the cards in hand with the Sakon. Okay. Antimeta has a Kakashi. He elects to copy the Gamma Bunta to draw a card, which is interesting. He could have copied the Kabuto, gotten back his Sakura, and played something that cost 4 chakra or less because he wouldn't be able to upgrade it. Alternatively, he could have done something like take the Shikamaru, or sorry, do the Sand Coffin and just take out both Shikamarus to deny 2 chakra in the future, but he decides to draw the card with the Gamma Bunta. Dash, however, has another Kabuto to get back the other card that was binned with the Secret Sakura in round 1, which is a Jirobo, which is going to let him totally dominate Mission C. Antimeta does have 6 chakra and 4 cards in hand, so he could have something like his own Jirobo to counteract that, or he could just say, yeah, whatever, and play something into B to win it. Forgot I didn't take my vitamin today. It was just staring at me, so I'm like, oh, I should take it. Cool. All right, Antibet is thinking about what he wants to do here. He's thinking about what he wants to do here. I wonder if he has his own Jirobo, trying to figure out what he wants to... He does have his own Jirobo. Okay, yep. He was probably doing the math, making sure it lined up. And it does, so he'll be winning in C. And he's 1 chakra left, so if he has another insect clone, he could win B. But other than that, I don't know if... And he has it. Okay, and he has it. He just has it. You know, speak it into existence, right? He has the insect clone. So he ends up winning C and B. So he's ahead going into last round by a whopping 8 chakra and 2 mission points. However, Dash is up by 2 cards in hand. I wish I could see how many cards were in their deck, but I can't. Because I think... Let me double check the lists. I think Antimeta is playing a second Black Seal Sakon, which is what he would be looking for here. He's not. Wow, okay. He's only playing the 1 Black Seal Sakon. He does have a Kabuto, so he could get back the Sakura, but that wouldn't... He has... Oh, no, he doesn't. Yeah, he has 2 Kabutos, so there is a world where... Oh, no, because this Sakon ability is an ambush ability. Yeah, so he doesn't have a way to mass draw cards like that. However, he does, you know, like I said, he could Kabuto in the Sakura, get a little bit more card selection, and then while Dash has 7 cards in it, he only has 13 chakra. Antimet is up 10 chakra from that, so we'll see. I'm looking at his deck list. He could have a Nirvana Temple Kabuto to do something spicy. We'll see if that actually plays out. Damn, Mythos Arden in the Discord is who's an awesome guy in the Discord, just pulled a serialized Gara. Holy crap. That is so dope. My oh man, I want to pull a serialized card so bad. It's so sick. Whether it be the gold or one of the other ones. So sick. So sick. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted here. Antimeta is developing pretty well into A. So he played the Shino, plays a hidden card, plays a Jirobo. Dash plays a Tsunade, and he already has a Sasuke in play. So, and he has a baby Sasuke here. So if he has another Sasuke, he could go kind of crazy here. He could go kind of crazy. He's already played both Kabutos, though, so there's no shenanigans that could happen there of, like, sacrificing the sand coffin and then reanimating it. But, like I said, Antimeta's up 2 points, and he's currently winning every mission but D. So I don't think Antimeta is going to win the D mission, if I had to guess. So let's just attribute those 3 points to Dash, and then it's 12-11. Wow, okay, so... Wow, okay, this is cool. So Antimeta flips everybody face down with the Kabuto. This does a couple things. This lets him draw another card with the Shino by flipping it back over. This hides the Tsunade for tempo because he's so far ahead on chakra, but also makes it so if he does have the Heaven Curse mark, he doesn't generate a bunch of extra chakra when using it. Dash does end up upgrading the 3-cost Sakura in Mission B to Loot, and he discards a Tauntaun, doesn't think a Tauntaun's going to be useful. There's no Chunin exam here, so I would agree. Antimeta goes and he upgrades into his Sakura. Let's see what he can get. See what he can get. It's interesting, though. I wonder... He could have done something really cool, like held the Kabuto for a while, and then Kabuto'd here. It would flip everything face down, and you'd optimally do it after he's used a bunch of chakra. You could flip the Shino back up. Or maybe you want to do it in C. I don't know. Alright, so he hits Kidomaru, Jirobo, and upgraded Kidomaru. Let's see what he does. He can do something like... play it. He could move something like the Jirobo into D because he's not going to win D, so he like doesn't care about it. Interesting. Let's see what he decides to do. It's not going to cost him anything because of the cost reducing of the upgrade effect. Let's see. Let's see. He's thinking about it. He's thinking real hard about it. Okay, yeah, he puts the Kidomaru into play into B, and he moves the Gara to D. He just moved one of the highest powered things, the Gara or the Kabuto. Obviously, he couldn't move the Sasuke to get around something like the not Sand Coffin, the Heaven Curse mark, because there's already a Sasuke in D, so he just went with what he could. Okay, Dash goes with a Sand Coffin into A, and this is going to be really good because it's going to generate him 4 chakra, because he's going to be able to take out Tayuya, Hidden Shino, and then a... Oh, no, only 3. Only 3. There's nothing... I think there's nothing in B to kill. But that's going to be good because it costs him 4 chakra, but he gets to refund 3 chakra, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. Antimeta had another Shino, though, so he just gets to play it into A. And he's ahead by 9 power here, and he has 14 chakra, but he only has this hidden card and 1 card in hand, so we'll have to see what it is. He knows he doesn't have to worry about another Sand Coffin, so he can play it hidden to just bait out another play by Dash, but... Okay, it was a Shino that he flipped upright. Not Shino, a Shikamaru. But he did not have the edge, so it doesn't actually matter. He didn't get to draw a card, unfortunate for him. But this is getting very close. Getting very close. And a reminder, this is the top cut. So this is the best of 3 game semifinals, and then the finals will be best of 3 as well. And we'll see. We'll see who gets it. Dash is thinking about what to do. So he's 3 cards in hand, a hidden Tsunade in A, and then an unknown hidden card in A. So I think he's trying to do the mission math as to what's going on here. Because like we said, he's definitely going to win D, Dashes. So he'll be at 12 points to Antimeta's 11. So whoever gets to win 2 missions will win. So you just have to win 2 missions. And Dash is currently losing all of them. We'll have to see. If he has like a second Jirobo, obviously that would be good. I think he might have played it by now if he did. Oh, what did he do? He just... Okay, he flipped his Kirumaru. He'll be able to move like this Kabuto or something over here. And then he can defeat... It's actually really interesting because he can also defeat the Shikamaru and it'll give him a chakra from the Heaven Curse Mark Sasuke. Then he'll have 3 to work with. He's thinking about what he wants to do with it. It's been a really interesting game. We got to really see the power of the Tayuyas in this game. I mean, the Tayuyas, over the course of his turns, generated him like 8 or 9 chakra, which is just absurd. Just absurd. The Satgon's going to draw him a bunch of cards. I love seeing people play the one of Nirvana Temple Kabuto. I think this card, it's a card that everybody knows is very powerful and will get got by, but some people just forget to put them in their deck. I'm guilty of that on many occasions, but it can really just get people. It can really just get people. Interesting. Okay, so Dash decides he's going to move his own Gara to Mission D, which is really interesting. He decides he's not going to go for A. He's going to go for C and B, but he only has 3 chakra left, and he hasn't shown us either Shino. So if he has 2 Shinos in hand, no, then he still only has 16 here. I think this game is tied up, and I think Antimeta has it. I think he has it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so they're going to go to game 2. G Black and Ty are in their game 2 as well. I think they're in their game 2. Are they still? How do I guess, how do I know this? Back to tournament. Can I know? Yeah, okay, yeah. They're both in game 2. Let's watch Dash versus Antimeta. Let's watch their game 2. All right. First mission is rescue a friend. Okay, so there's going to be 4 extra cards in play, over the course of the game. Sorry, 3 extra cards for people to play with, which is interesting. More to consider there than like the chakra control card advantage wise. Excuse me. I need to get some coffee or something. Double Tauntaun again. Facing off. Dash is a 3-cost Sakura, which is good and bad in that it does add a chakra, but it is 3 costs for 2 power, so it could end up just not doing enough here. If Antimeta has something like a Jirobo to add another 3 power here, obviously you could win. But Dash does have a 2-cost Sasuke, so he's going to add a little bit of power there. Antimeta is going to go with the Sakon to draw 1 card, but then they're going to be even on chakra going to next round. They both have a little bit of ramp, with the Tayuya and the Sakura both giving each player 1. They flip chakra training for C, so they have a little bit more chakra to play with now. And this one's worth 4 points total rather than Rescue Friend being worth 2 points total. And Dash starts off with the Shikamaru. Shikamaru is one of my like favorite cards. People like seem reluctant. They're like, okay, fine, I'll play Shikamaru, but I absolutely love him as a scout, as a easy chakra ramp. Sometimes he gets to draw cards. I think he's awesome. Anti-meta follows up with a Shino to draw both players' cards, and ooh, Dash goes for the early Heaven Curse mark to blow up the Sakon and just get that in play. Now, whenever he does something like a Sand Coffin, he can generate himself chakra. However, this does let Anti-meta have an opening to play something like a Kabuto to get back the Sakon, which is something that Dash has to be aware of, and something that he probably decided, if he has the Kabuto, so be it. Let's just lock up D mission. Okay, exactly like I was talking about. Sandcoff is going to generate Dash and chakra advantage here because cost 4, but every time character's defeated, the Sasuke generates Dash a chakra. So in effect, it only costs him 2 because he gets to defeat the Tayuya and the hidden Kirumaru. This is a really powerful position for Dash, putting anti-meta a little bit on the back foot because Dash is controlling both missions and getting some value. However, anti-meta does have the same amount of cards in hand, but is up 3 chakra, so it's not inconceivable. Okay, yeah, and then anti-meta did have the Kabuto, decided not to Kabuto the Sakon back immediately. Holy crap, and Dash has a second Sand Coffin Gara to take back out the Tayuya and the Tauntaun, showing the power of these defeat cards against the Sound 4 deck. The Sound 4 deck struggles against removal, and so something that just 2 for 1, 2 for 1, and then the Heaven Curse mark generating the chakra over time is just really brutal. Really brutal. Anti-meta is going to have a hard time coming back from this. Dash is going to be able to draw a card, he's going to win D, but anti-meta is probably going to win C mission. He has the second Tayuya. He has the second Tayuya, which is good. Let's see if Dash has... Okay, I was going to say something like a Shino, but anti-meta will have the edge anyway, so anti-meta is going to win C, which is good for him after getting kind of got by those Garas, but this Tayuya is not going to generate him any chakra because there's no other sound characters in play. So Dash is going to be up 4 chakra. They're going to have even amount of points, but he's going to be up 4 chakra. And here is anti-meta's Tsunade. A little too late. I think the only thing left in Dash's deck that would defeat characters... Let me just look at the list real quick. The only thing left is the second Heaven Curse mark, and then randomly like the ambush effect of a Kirumaru or something like that. But this Tsunade is just too little too late, I think, here. It's not going to be super impactful. And even when a Heaven Curse mark comes down, it's only going to generate him 2 chakra because it's only going to kill one thing. But it's going to generate Dash a ton. So, wow, and a second Tsunade. So if Dash has a second Heaven Curse mark and a way to upgrade it, he's going to generate crazy amounts of chakra. The double Sand Coffin to start is just so powerful. Okay, Dash flips the Sasuke, gets to take a look at anti-meta's hand, and then now is primed if he has another Heaven Curse mark. Anti-meta played the second Tsunade to insulate himself a little bit, but again, the Tsunades are not at their best after your opponent had played 3 of their 4 best removal cards. Dash has it. Dash just has everything this game, guys. He has everything. He blows up his own Sand Coffin, which tells me he has a Kabuto in hand. So he's going to take out, a Tsunade. And then if I had to imagine, he's just going to Kabuto back the Gara and take out the 2 hidden cards. He's probably going to take 1 action before doing that because anti-meta is out of chakra. That's okay. This is exactly how it plays. Anti-meta is out of chakra, so he passes. Kabuto's back the Gara, takes out the 2 hidden cards, probably. Takes the 2 hitting cards with Black Steel, Sakon, and an upgraded Sakura. Anti-meta does have the edge, so Dash is going to have to, play something into C to win it, but Dash is going to win all of these missions and going to be massively ahead in a way that I just don't think Anti-meta can come back from. So this is going to be probably a quick game 2 into a game 3. We'll get a game 3 out of this, unless Anti-meta has some craziness he can pull, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Yep, Dash is just playing some stuff. Hidden, plays a Gama Hero, plays some Hidden. Yep, wins all the missions. Anti-meta's behind 11 points and 6 chakra and 3 cards in hand. I don't think he's going to be able to pull this one out. Let's take a look at what Black and Tyrak are doing before they start their last game. But Black looks like he's in control of the board a bit, but it looks like it's gotten a little bit contentious. They're somewhat close on points. Tyrak has a little bit more than him, and they both have 1 card in hand. Okay, Black plays his last card, which I think was that just that Kiba that he played. It was. It looks like Black's gonna win A for 6 points up to 15. And then if he wins B, he'll get 6 points up to 21, and that would seal it up. Looks like that's what he's playing for. So Ty's last card, it could be a Jirobo. It could get it. He could also flip this Ebisu and draw something else. Because if he flips this, that adds 3 power up to 11. Then he would need 4 power for 3 chakra. I might not be able to do that unless he has something like a Kiba of his own. Kabuto wouldn't do it. Oh, he does have a hidden card over here. Oh, it was stolen from G Black. But Ty is thinking about what to do. Whether he wants to flip the Ebisu or where he wants to put this 1 card. Because he only has to win B or A now, because he has C and D locked up. But he only has 6 chakra. So if he flips the Ebisu, he's spinning the wheel. Whereas if he has the 1 card in hand, he knows what's going to happen. Considering he hasn't just played it or conceded, I imagine it... Oh, actually, okay, sorry, I didn't see this. Call for support is mission C. We're seeing call for support come up again. So he has to think about that, because he has to imagine that either of these has like +2 power. So it's really like Jirobo or bust, right? Jirobo or bust here, which would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I don't think flipping the Ebisu will be good enough. Oh, okay, he has Gama Hero. So now he needs this card to be like a Naruto if he plays it, a Sand Shield, a Shino. There are draws that gets him out of this. There are draws that gets him out of this for sure. We'll have to see if he actually got it or not. Okay, looks like Dash and Dash and Anti-Meta are starting their next round. Let's just see how this ends up. Because also Ty is up 1 game too. So if Black wins this, they'll be going to a game 3 as well. He's thinking about it. He can only do one thing, right? He can only just play this card. Okay, he just passes. It looks like Black will win this game. Yeah. Yep, Black will win this game. Okay, cool. So they're going to be going to a game 3. We can take a look at Dash and Titus's. Oh my gosh, I keep saying Dash and Titus's. Dash and Anti-Meta's last game. Before the finals. So the winner of each of these matches gets into the finals. And we'll see if it's France versus Italy, or if it's French versus French, or Italy versus Italy. But either way, Dash took the first round off of Anti-Meta here. With Set Trapping, the mission is interesting because it can actually effectively ramp players. But Anti-Meta is looking ahead on the ramp here, up 3 chakra, up a character in play, but behind on power and behind on cards in hand because of it. Let's see. Anti-Meta's trying to figure out what he wants to do here. Plays a Shino. They both draw. Okay. Basically saying, I'm going to put something into C. You got to do something about it. We'll see what Dash has up his sleeve, because he has D pretty comfortably taken. Wow, another early Heaven Curse Mark. And he just goes ahead and takes a hidden character from Anti-Meta. Decides that Shino's not worth it, and that he'd rather spin the wheel and take a hidden character, which I think is pretty smart. The Shino isn't going to, generate him a lot of value, whereas the hidden card could be something like a Jirobo, could be a Kabuto, maybe, something that has much higher impact. Anti-Meta is able to play Sakura to draw a card in D, and then Dash plays a Sakura into C, not able to draw a card, but we saw him do this before, where this might just make him play a Leaf Medical Core Sakura over it next to see if he can get something. It's Anti-Meta's turn, though. I think he's deciding what he wants to put into C, because I think he probably sees the same thing. He probably sees Leaf Medical Core on the way and wants to insulate himself from it. Nice. Okay, he has a Kabuto, which gives him more power into C, as well as revives the Ebisu into D, making him get close to the 11 power that Dash has in D, but also notably drawing him a card and ramping him because he'll have the card back. Dash's upgraded Sakura sees Gaara and then 2 Itachis. He can't play the big Itachi. He could play the little one, but it's not great. So he elects to take the Sand Coffin, in which he can blow up just 1 hidden card in D because there's none in C, but that does actually generate him a card with with a Chakra with the Heaven Curse Mark in place, so he gets to hide 1 and ramp a little bit more. It also puts him ahead actually in both missions, so we'll be able to win both missions, and he'll win every mission so far this game. Tarek says, kind of random, but the summon deck is so much fun, so sad that you have to play 8 to 10 secrets depending on the list. Yeah, that's the big complaint I hear going into Paris, is that you'll have to get like 4 or 6 or so secrets from set 2, which is going to be pretty tough, and they're going to be expensive. But the players that are able to get them, I think, are going to be rewarded, especially if they put in the time to learn it. So we'll see. We'll see. I do expect a lot of people to be on Sound 4 in Paris. I expect people to be trying some Team 7 lists. The 3-cost Kakashi seems pretty powerful, especially when you play the 4-cost to upgrade easily off of it. So we'll see. We'll see. Anti-Meta does have a Tsunade down now, although as soon as I say it's down, it's gone, because Dash again has his 2nd Heaven Curse Mark to blow it up, and he's already spent this, so he played a Sand Coffin and then he just killed it, so he probably has another Kabuto for the Sand Coffin to get back. And now that he has 2 Sasuke's in play, every time he defeats something of his enemies, he gets 2 Chakra back. So if he's able to get a 2-for-1 with the Sand Coffin, he will generate 4 Chakra back. It's just absolutely crazy. Heaven Curse Mark Sasuke is so good. So good. Okay, Dash flips a Genin Sakura to draw a card and pull a little bit farther ahead in D. Anti-Meta's up 1 card. They have about even Chakra, but Anti-Meta just has a Shino in B and is winning there. Dash is winning D and C. This seems like an uphill battle for Anti-Meta to win, that's for sure. Dash seems to be pretty in control. Make sure everything's running. Yeah, cool. Anti-Meta's thinking about what his next play. Okay, so yeah, so he upgraded the Sakura and he saw Tauntaun, Kirumaru, and Jirobo. Obviously decided Jirobo is the best play there. Puts it into C. And then Dash decides he does want to reanimate the Gaara with the Kabuto, probably thinking that Anti-Meta knows what's up. He's probably not going to give him a second target for, so he's just going to take what he can get. It also ties up C and B, while Dash has a little bit more Chakra to play with as well. Tarek says, for me, the top 4 decks are Sound 4, Summon, Team 7, and Sand, but TBH haven't tested many other decks like Ninja Hound. Yeah, I played a couple games with the Ninja Hound deck. It's very bad. It's very bad. It's just not good. The Ninja Hounds aren't good enough. Zabuza is not good enough for the Kakashi's effect to repeat to be relevant. It's just not good. So hopefully in set 3 we'll get some Ninja Hounds that'll make it somewhat playable. Because it is such a sick card. All right, Dash has an Itachi, so he gets to look at what Anti-Meta has in hand. And then Anti-Meta plays a Sakon to draw 1 card. If Anti-Meta has a Shino, he could potentially steal D. Short of that, it looks like Dash is going to win. Actually, if I was Dash, I'd probably just pass here. Okay, that's exactly what he did. Anti-Meta, nice. Anti-Meta Black Seals over the Sakon to copy Jirobo, so he's actually going to win D mission, even though he loses B and C. But what this lets him do is, since he won this 1 mission, the math works out that if he wins every mission in the last round, he will win. But he has to win, like I said, every mission. And notably, the power he has on board from both of these Jirobos is only temporary. It'll leave at the end of the turn, so we'll see if he's able to pull it out. Tarek's pretty hyped to see what will be the true best deck comparison. Me too, man. Me too. There's some like obvious strong decks with the Sound 4 and the summons, but I'm curious to see what people cook up. There's like, it's about a month away, so there's a lot of time to practice. There's a lot of time to figure stuff out. So yeah, there are 9, 15, 18 points on board. So Anti-Meta needs to win every mission to win this. But if Dash keeps playing 2-for-1s like the Kabutos, then I think it's gonna fall out of the realm of possibility for Anti-Meta. Let's very quickly just check on Black and Tai. Looks like Black is ahead everywhere but D, and then he's winning the mission. So hard to tell at this point right now, but it looks like Black might be in better shape because he has a lot more points and he's winning the 2 more powerful point missions. But this game will probably end before them. Anti-Meta deciding what he wants to do. He has 4 cards in hand and 2 hitting cards in play. So he only has so many options, but he does have 16 chakra, so he can do them. He has the options and he can do them, which is good. But like I said, he has to win every mission, which might just be tough. Kidomaru, I don't know how much that actually helps him. Maybe the angle here is he can move the hitting cards somewhere that they're more relevant. Let's see what he does. Yep, he moves the hitting card to A. And deciding what he wants to do with the second move. Yeah, okay, yeah, he moves both hitting cards to A. Wow, Dash has a Gamma Hero to spike B. That's going to be tough for Anti-Meta to deal with. Okay, one of those hidden cards was a Sakon. So you got to draw 3 cards off that. And he does have 10 chakra, so he might have just opened up an avenue to win this. Let's see, because he is winning D. C is going to be tough because he already has a Jirobo there. Ooh, having a Shino in A is very good, very good. Let's see if Dash has his own. Those are both of Anti-Meta Shinos, though, committed. Dash has his own Jirobo, plays it into B, and I think that probably locks it up. Right? I think that probably locks it up. Let's see what Anti-Meta has. Let's check in on Tai and Black again. Looks like they're still going back and forth in the same missions. Looks like a Rasengan took out some cards in C. So Black has 0 chakra to Tai's 9, but Tai only has 3 cards in hand. So he can probably win B from from Black. Or if he has a Chidori, he could spread a ton of it. Interesting. We'll see, we'll see. Anti-meta still in the tank, just trying to figure out if the 6 cards in his hand can work in a way that will let him actually win the game. We'll see. This will be fun too, because we'll be able to see the first person in the finals, and we'll be able to see, you know, if it's French or Italian, and then we'll be able to watch the end of the last game to see if French or Italian's going to win there too. Okay, place Kakashi into B, copying Kabuto, getting Kidomaru. I don't think this is going to be enough. He needs to win literally every mission. If he could sacrifice something like D mission, that would be really good for him, but he just can't. He moves the Jirobo into B, which reads to me that he has another Jirobo to put into C. Which, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, which, okay, yeah, would win him the mission. But that would be all of his chakra. Dash just plays a hidden card. I don't think he might not be able to do much anymore, but he doesn't need to because he's winning 3 missions. It's on the onus is on anti-meta to actually get it done. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can. The only, yeah. I think anti-meta's done here. Let's check in on the other guys. Wow, yeah, so Tyre went crazy with his 9 chakra, so it looks like he Kidomaru'd some stuff over. So he's going to win B and C, but then not win D. So he's going to be in the lead going into the last round. They're going to have similar chakra. Ty's going to be up 1. But he's going to be up 3 points, but down a handful of down 3 cards in hand. So Black might be able to get it out. Over on the other side, it looks like anti-meta played a Sakura to draw a card. Dash went ahead and hit another card. Anti-meta plays a Jirobo into A to be winning that. But with 1 chakra left, I don't think he has it. Yeah. Yep. So the first person we have in the finals is Dash from France. And so we'll see. This is the last game of the best of 3 for G Black versus Ty. We'll see if the French can take down the Italians here, and then have it be France battling it out for the finals. What's going on here? What just happened? Ah, okay. He upgraded it. Oh, I just closed the game. Oops. He upgraded into Sakura to get that Jirobo. He put it all into D, so I imagine he has a Chidori Sasuke in the future. But let's do the mission math here. If he Chidori Sasuke's, let's say Ty wins D, he goes up to 14 points, and there's 15 in play. Black would just need to win 2 of them and hold the edge, or just win 3 of them. Alternatively, if Black wins 2 missions and D, then he'd win. So if Black wins 3 missions, he wins. If he wins 2 missions, 2 of the 5 cost missions, and has the edge, he would win as well. Ty does have 13 chakra and 7 cards in hand to G Black's 5 cards in hand and 9 chakra. We'll see. I like this. There's no way this isn't a Chidori Sasuke play, right? There's no way. When your opponent has tons of cards in a mission, facing down a Chidori Sasuke, it's very hard to plan out your missions, because if for this example, there's 41 power he gets to spread around, and you don't know what he has in his hand that would make him put different things in different places. You just don't know. And so G Black flips the Sasuke. It was something that he hid. I wonder if he was worried about it getting defeated, and that's why he didn't want to take more game actions before that. But he goes ahead and he is just moving his power all over the board. And like I said, he just needs to win 2 missions and have the edge. 2 of the 5 power missions, or 5 point missions, and have the edge, and he wins, which he might be able to do here, considering he has 4 chakra to Ty's 12. And so Ty needs to do something here and take the edge, or just win 2 of the other missions, which is tough because he already has committed a Jirobo to play, so he only has 1 more. Only has 1 more. Yep, anti-meta gives Dash the GG. This is exciting, guys. Ty is considering what he wants to do. He's 6 cards in hand, 2 hidden in D. Yeah, 2 hidden in D. Trying to figure out if he can get it. Yeah, anti-meta. The Sand Coughing Garas and the Heaven Curse Mark Sasuke's were just so good. And he got both of the Heaven Curse Marks and both of the Sand Coffins so early in the second game. And then in the third game, he got the 2 Heaven Curse Marks right off the bat. It was brutal. It was brutal. All right, Ty did he just hide a card? That's all he did? Yeah, plays a hidden character on mission 4. Yo, what's up, Xenon? Dude, you missed me plugging your Tauntaun video earlier. But it's good to see you. Black goes and hides a card into D. The card that Ty hid in A was a Sand Shield, so he flips that up. Just taking some actions, but I feel like Black has got to have this. Now, Ty could have a Kirumaru, but I don't think he just doesn't have the power in play to move it around. Yeah. Yeah, Black's so far ahead in these 3 rounds. Yeah, so this is the last game of the best of 3 of the semifinals, and then next is just the best of 3 for the finals. We had 8 of the best players in this tournament, just straight up 8 of the best players. Like, even on the leaderboard, like 5 of them were on the front page. So this has been really good. We've seen some really, really good plays, really good games. So anybody that's just joining now, I would totally recommend watching the games back at some other point, because they just really were phenomenal. There were points where, like, the anti-meta versus G Black game was absolutely nuts. Anti-meta calculated everything perfectly down to, like, the last card, the last point, the last chakra. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, anti-meta. I think given the cards he had, you were in a real tough spot there for sure. One of the cards G Black had here was a Shino, which, okay, oh, I just closed it. It didn't end. I keep doing that. Which, if things weren't bad for Ty already, that makes them even worse, because he just, well, you would think after that Chidori Sasuke, he only has 4 chocolate left, doesn't have that many impactful things, but he does have the Insect Clone Shino to just keep impacting, as they say. Who says that? I don't know. Don't ask me about it. Yeah, it was a very good game. It was a very good game. I wonder if you guys could just hear my stomach growl. That's pretty gnarly. Ty is thinking. He's thinking. Yep, G Black just passes, takes the edge, and says, all right, Ty, do your worst. Ty has 7 chakra. 1 hitting card in A, 2 in D, 3 in hand. I don't think Tai has the facilities for this, but never say never. Naruto Mythos is a game of surprises, so let's see. And Black, like I said, Black only needs to win 2 of the 5-point missions because he has the edge to win. Okay, upgraded to Sand Coffin does something. It takes out 3 cards. None of the cards are useful. However, it does let him power up a bit. Black Seal Sakon's good. Lets him copy the Jirobo. That's not going to be enough, though, is it? Oh, no, he moves the Gara over there. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, he copies the Kirumaru. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Tai's able to take this. Holy crap. I thought this was going to be tough for G-Black to lose, but showing the power of Kirumaru in the Sound 4, Tai takes this down. Right? Because G-Black, yeah. Tai takes this down. So the French are coming out on top here. The French are going into the last round of they're going into the finals against each other. Look at that. Dash versus Tai. Tai has absolutely dominated these. This has been a real treat to watch. We'll wait till they get started and then we'll have the finals. So the finals going down. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, it's the French in the finals. So in this tournament of French versus the world, the French are coming out on top here. The French are coming out on top, that's for sure. The French are popping off in the Discord. They love it. They love it. Yeah, so it ended up being the French versus the Italian, and the French are going to take it. The French are going to take it. We'll see which Frenchman gets it, because the winner does get a starter pack of some of the set 1, or they get one of each of the starter packs. I think one Naruto and one Itachi, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Real prizes on the line here. All right. Let's see if they can get started. Yeah, we're just waiting on them to start. Yep, all right, they are started. Let's go. Watch live. Boom. G-Black says G-Black says Sound 4 is bugged. It's impossible to lose. That's funny. Cool. All right, this is the finals. This is the finals of the whole tournament, guys. We have the French versus the French in this French versus the world event. Let me just look at the list real quick to confirm I'm not capping when I say, yep, Dash is on like an Uchiha control type list, and Tai, which I think is Damascus, is on Sand. So we'll see if Dash can come out on top here and dominate the way that dominate the way that they dominated in the game versus anti-meta. If he can get a bunch of Heaven Curse marks early and then some Sand Coffins going, he could really run away with it. But Ty has his own Sand Coffin early to take the mission because he gets the power up from upgrading, as well as deny dash some chakra. Okay, they're just playing some hidden cards back and forth, playing some scouts, kind of like a staring contest type thing. Both have 5 cards in hand. Dash is a little bit behind resource-wise, but they both have 4 power in D mission currently. Okay, that's big for Dash, getting a free flip on the Itachi. Not having to invest any chakra in that. And that gives Ty some pause as to what he wants to do. Okay, he shots another card into D. So he's just going crazy in D mission with the hidden cards. I think it's pretty safe for Dash to maybe start playing it to C. I wonder if he has a Heaven Curse mark and he's wondering if it's worth it right now. Probably it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is if he has it. It would put him behind so far on chakra because Ty would have so many more characters at play. Okay, he ends up going for it. He will be able to refund 2 chakra with it. Interesting. He takes the Itachi instead of the Shikamaru. I wonder if he has a second Itachi or if he has a Kabuto that he's looking to just get it back with later that he thinks is more valuable than doing it on the Shikamaru. Not quite sure. Strikes me as a little surprising. Okay, goes hitting card into C, leaving himself vulnerable to a Sand Coffin. Which, if I were Ty, I would just snap that off right away. Even though it would give him 2 chakra back, it would just be denying him so many cards. Let's see. He probably doesn't have the second Sand Coffin, considering he didn't just go for it. Ty also leaves himself up to a Sand Coffin next turn by playing a hitting card. Although he could flip it before the round ends. Who knows? He has a lot of chakra left. It's a pretty good last card from Dash with the 2-cost Sasuke that ends up having 4 power. Oh my gosh. That ends up having 5 power. Ty has 5 chakra left, but he has to commit some decent resources to see if he wants to win the mission, considering that. It's not often for 2 chakra you can put 5 power in play. It's not often. I'm just really quickly, guys, going to just go refill my water. We'll be back in like 2 seconds. All right. So I grabbed a protein bar while it's at it. So like, man, I'm hungry. All right. All right. Sorry, I need the water because after doing like the 3 hour long tier list live stream yesterday, dude, my throat hurt from talking so much, and it still hurts. So need to soothe it. So what did we miss? Ty dropped a Jirobo, and then it looks like didn't really end up doing anything in C. We had some Garas back and forth, but Dash is out of cards in his hand. He's winning C and B. Ty has 2 cards in hand and a hidden card in B and 5 chakra. I would think Ty could win C or B. He's probably more incentivized to win B, but I think Ty's going to... Yeah, he's Jirobo, I was going to say. I think Ty pulls ahead here. Also because he gets to draw a card with the Rescue Friend mission. He gets to bounce Jirobo with Bring It Back. Yeah. I think he is pretty comfortably winning this one. He's up 3 chakra and 3 cards in hand, while also still winning D. Also up 3 match points. Or sorry, 3. So, let's say Ty wins D, which is probably likely. He wins 2 points up to 14. And then there's 16 points in play. If Dash wins 10... Dash needs to win 3 missions, right? 18... Yeah, Dash needs to win 3 missions to win this. And with only 2 cards, I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. Yeah, he hides a card, it gets mind transferred. He Sakura's into a Jirobo. It'll probably put into like B, but I don't think this is going to be good enough. Sure, he's winning all 3 missions, but Ty has 11 chakra and 4 cards in hand. All Ty has to do is take one of these missions off him, and he's there. Yep, and we knew he had the Jirobo in hand, so that is all she wrote for this game. They will have to go to game 3. Sack going gets to draw some cards. Dash is passed. And he goes ahead and just wins C anyways. There is some kind of like, this happens where like, you'll know that you win, and then you'll still just play out your cards to win the other missions, like just in case, even though you know you win. Because there are times that you miscount, you know? There are times you miscount. All right, this is the Italian bracket of the losers of the semifinals. While we wait for them to repair into the second game of the best of 3 for the finals. It's interesting though, G Black not playing a sound deck. So just like the finals, this game is sound versus non-sound. Let's see, when are they ready? There we go, they just started. All right. Game 2 of the finals. Ty is up a game. First mission is rescue a friend. Ty gets to start out with the Shikamaru. Oh, is the edge decided randomly? It's not the loser gets to choose who starts with the edge? Interesting. Right? Because, yeah, Ty won last game, right? I'm not getting them mixed up? Yeah, interesting. Okay. I wonder if that's just a quirk of the software, but They go back and forth playing some hidden cards. Let's see if let's see who's the first one to commit some power. Dash is the first one to commit some power with a Sharingan Sasuke, which is a good one. So it's a high power character, but after Tai plays a Tauntaun here, Tai might be able to get away with generating some more chakra. He has he's 3 chakra left. Dash has 0. They're even on characters, so Tai could hide some cards, or he could hide one card, play another one, and just get ahead either way. Let's see what he ends up doing. Yep, he hides a card. Wow, okay, yeah. So he hides 3 cards. Dash does have a Itachi as one of his cards, so he's going to be comfortably ahead in D. He's going to be able to draw a card off the mission. He's going to start off with a Shikamaru to draw a card, so he's looking okay. He is still behind on chakra, and Tai goes ahead and hides another card into D. Tai has been playing around Sand Coffin these games, and it really shows, and it's obviously paid off for him. You know, he's in the finals. Being cognizant of the cards your opponent can play is, you know, one of the key things you need to do. And Sand Coffin being a card everybody plays, it's very smart to just not open yourself up to getting 2-for-1 when you don't need to. Sorry, I'm just sending the live stream link to my buddy. Oh yeah, just as I was saying, Dash did open himself up to getting Sand Coffined. He played a hidden card into C, and then Tai just instantly takes advantage of it, goes ahead and blows up both of the hidden cards, which end up being 2 pretty powerful ones. So we have the upgraded Kidomaru and the secret rare Sakura. We're seeing a little bit of a repeat of the last game where Tai is able to just overwhelm Dash basically with his characters, and he's gonna have so much more chakra going into the last round probably. Dash is going to draw some good cards though. He's gonna be able to probably win the Rescue a Friend mission. He plays a Jirobo into C to just lock it up. He's still going to be behind on chakra by at least 3. 5 if Tai decides to play the hidden cards, but he will have won every mission this game so far, so he could be setting himself up to squeak out the win with just like high power stuff that doesn't have a lot of cost to it. Okay, one of the cards in hand was a Kidomaru, which is really good. What he gets to do is he gets to move the Sasuke to C, solidifying that he doesn't really care about a Heaven Curse mark because he's already going to be losing in C. And if Dash has a Heaven Curse mark, he can take out like the Gara, but again, it doesn't really impact him. Whereas this lets Tai win D, draw a card, and then just be in control of it. Another side effect here is that, yeah, now that the Sasuke's in C, if Dash wants to draw a card with the Sakura, he has to commit it to C where he's already so far ahead. Now, Dash could have something like a Chidori coming soon, so, you know, we always have to be cognizant of that, but Tai has a Jirobo, it'll power up 1, but if he has something like a Sakon, he could... Ooh, okay, well, even if he does have a Sakon, this Itachi, yep, discards it right away, yep. This Itachi's not one that you see super duper often, but you can see when he comes into play, you get to look at your opponent's hand, but then if you upgraded him, like he did, you get to discard a card from your opponent's hand as well. So you get to just take the best card that they have, and Dash decided that was Sakon, which is probably a very smart thing to do, because it's about to draw him some cards. And that probably puts a wrench in what Tai was trying to do Ty now flipping a Gamma Hero to draw a card and get a bunch of power in the mission. Yo, what's up, Baka? How are you? This is an interesting game. And a reminder, Ty is up 1 game, so he has 1 to lose. Dash is fighting for his life here in the finals of this. Okay, yeah. Dash does have a Chidori Sasuke. Let's see what he ends up doing, where he evacuates the dance floor to. He puts Big Jirobo into B to comfortably be ahead there. Moves Sakura back to D, and then Shikamaru to B. Okay. I'm curious as to why he put the Sakura into D. We'll see. He might have another Jirobo, and he's planning on just playing it there. But short of that, maybe he's a Gamma Hero, but he needs to get a lot of power to win there. I am fantastic. My voice is a little hoarse after I streamed for 3 hours yesterday doing a tier list of the entire set 2, and boy, am I not used to talking for 3 hours like that. But good otherwise. This is the France versus the World community tournament that was put together by Dr. Otake. It was the top 8 of the just best players that there are. Like 5 of them are on the front page of the leaderboard. We had the top 2 players off of the leaderboard altogether in here. 4 of them French, 2 of them Poles, 2 of them Italians. The Poles and Italians could have been anybody from the world, because the tournament's idea and the creation of it was that it was France versus the world. So we had 4 French players and 4 people from the rest of the world battling it out. It was 3 rounds of best of 1, and then a semifinals and finals of best of 3. This is the finals, and in the finals, we have 2 of the French. So the French have conquered the world as the best Mythos players currently, and we'll see if they can run it back in Paris, defend it in their home country, right? At the regionals next month. I'm thinking maybe we might see a Australian victory there, actually, because there's some very strong Australian players flying out for that, and they're looking quite prepared, dare I say. But anyways, Dash ended up playing a baby Sakura and upgrading into the Secret Rare Sakura to pull ahead in C. And is he resolving that effect right now? Yeah, he's just resolving that effect right now. Oh, I closed the game. Let's go back to that. Baka, you're French. There you go. Your countrymen are doing you proud. Yeah. Are you planning on going to the Paris regionals? Nice. Okay, so as I was saying, Dash would need a lot of power to win Mission D. One of the cards I mentioned was Gamma Hero, and that's exactly what he hit off of the Sakura. So he's now winning C and B, and then if he has the edge, he could win D, but he does have 2 chakras, so if he has something like a Shino, he could win it. If he had something like a Sand Shield Gara, he could win it. And Ty has 2 chakra as well, a couple spread hitting cards, but Dash might have pulled up here. I was skeptical of him at first just because he seemed to be lower on the chakra, but like I said, he was able to make some good plays with a few cards he has. Looks like Ty gets ahead in D, but Dash is probably going to be able to take C and B short of a Shino in C, which could be one of these 2 cards. Dash does not have a Jutsu character on his side in B, so Shino wouldn't end up doing it there. I'll show you guys this too. I custom made some participation tokens for people, so Dr. Otake is printing these out and giving them out to the players, because everybody that was played in this tournament is going to be in France. But it's pretty cool. So this is going to be just, he said he wanted some stuff for the casters, which is cool. So we'll be getting these. These will be used as tokens if they ever make tokens in the game. And then the participants will be getting one where the background is colored in, and then the winner will be getting one where the Rasengan is gold. which is pretty cool. I put those together in Photoshop. I'm very proud of them. Just like fun little things. And then the winner of this game actually also wins a starter pack from Set 1 First Edition and Set 1 Second Edition. So there is actual prizes on the line here, which is pretty cool. But Ty plays his last card in hand. It's a Tayuya, which is going to generate him a decent amount. It's going to generate him 3 chakra going into the last round. And he has so many more characters in play that he'll be able to get ahead chakra-wise on Ty, even though Ty is going to be ahead points-wise. Let's see. I was like, why? What happened that Ty has like no points or no power? Dash played a upgraded Amaterasu Itachi. So he got to move a friendly character. He got to move, what was in this mission? The Sakura over, one of the Sakuras, right? And then nerf his entire board, Ty's entire board, to make him winning now in every mission. This is like totally just shows how they look nice. Yeah, thank you. I worked very hard on them. This shows just how good a player Dash is. He has a lot less resource. He has 10 less chakra than Ty going into this last round, but Ty's only been able to win 2 points off of him. So there are 11, 15, there's 17 points on board. So if Dash can win 1 mission, and he's currently winning 3 missions, and he has 6 cards compared to Ty's 3, then Dash will win, and we'll have a game 3. Very exciting, very exciting. Both Dash and Ty have been absolutely crushing this tournament. Their skills on like full display every game that we play. You can see with every move they make how far ahead they thought of what they're doing. It's very impressive. It's very impressive. Very humbling to see this caliber of player just like over and over and over. Like I said, this tournament was just stocked full of literally the best guys on the leaderboard. Literally the best guys. And it's you can just see it. You can see it. It's amazing. Yeah, I've been playing simulator mainly, but watching the better players is impressive. Yeah. It's crazy. You know, it's like there really are like levels to it where like you can tell when someone like really thinks about the game deeply in all of their plays. You know, some people, and I would include myself in this group, I think that I'm competent at playing things in an order and way that is good and matters. But there are players that are just like 3 levels above that of they're doing that while also knowing exactly what they need to do 4 turns in the future based on what their opponent's doing. Like it's just they're so locked in, and it's very cool to see. Dash is thinking what to do. This Itachi is now not winning in D, but he is winning in C and B. Or no, he's not winning in C. He's losing in C. But like I said, Dash only needs to win 1 mission of any kind to take this. And he has the raw cards. We'll see if they can use them to the right effect. Yeah, Baka says, I can't wait to see what good players come up with set 2. Yeah. I already have like a list of decks I want to try for set 2. And they all just seem super interesting. They pretty much all get away from the problem that we've had with just set 1. Because, you know, set 1 has been out for like, what, 5-6 months? And that's all we've had. Everything kind of homogenized into like, here are the core cards. You know, everybody plays Shikamaru, Tauntaun, Jorobos, you know, Sakuras. People all play those. Set 2 lets us define some lanes. So like, I'll just like, let me just rattle off the decks I like. This is all the ones I just like had after like my stream yesterday where I was fried. I need to look at it again, but like the new Sonin Bomb with all the Academy students, Artisan Attachments, Kakashi Dog, Summons, the new Sound 4, the new Orochimaru secret feels like it has some kind of secret that it needs to be unlocked. Tsunade Katsuyu combo, Sand Village centric deck, break the 4-cost Gara, play the new Team 7. The new 4-cost Kabuto also could be a crazy value engine. Like, there's just so many things to try. And I think set 1 and set 2 complement each other very well, where set 1 laid a lot of the groundwork for set 2, and a lot of the cards in set 2 make a lot of set 1 cards that weren't playable now playable. I think they masterfully designed it. I'm very excited to get rolling with it. So even though Ty was behind on cards, Dash went ahead and just sand coffined away a bunch of them and generated some chakra back with his Sasuke, which I think is a really pro play here. The Gamma Hero is crushing Mission C now. Yeah, it's... Wow, did he just haven't curse marked the Jirobo? Is that what happened? Yeah. Heaven Curse... Oh my gosh, I keep hitting the wrong X and losing the game. Heaven Curse marks the Jirobo out of Mission B. Generating Dash a little bit more chakra. But Ty could have something like a Jirobo of his own, like a big Jirobo for B. Because he does have 21 chakra left. And, okay, I was about to say, I'm surprised Ty played a hidden card here. Okay, it was just a Shikamaru. That's fine. So he baited him successfully. So I was gonna say, if I were Ty, I'd be really scared of a second Sand Coffin because I'm so low on cards that I wouldn't want to hide things and risk it. Because if I were Dash, I would absolutely just, and as he did, just fire off the Sand Coffin to take out the one hidden card, because that would be a third of the resources Ty has to play with. But Ty successfully baited him with the hidden Shikamaru, got him, and then Ty can Eno the hidden card in B and hope that it's good enough. It could be a Jirobo, could be something good enough, but it might not be. Baka asks, 20 chakra, can he come back? I don't think so. He's just so low on cards, and he has to win every mission. Low on cards, has to win every mission. So it seems like each of the semifinal games were a good 3-game best of 3, and it looks like this finals is going to be no different. Oh, yeah, and Dash just Kabuto's back at Jirobo, locking up now every mission. Ty has one card. He has a Kabuto of his own to get a Shikamaru. Which is relevant. He does draw a card. Yeah, I think that was really well played by Ty then, because he had the Shikamaru that could draw a card. But he played it hidden, knowing that Dash would, if he had a Sand Coffin, he would just blow it up instantly, and his other cards in hand were probably better than it, even though it would replace itself. I think that was very smart by Ty. Very smart. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work out for him here. He does have 2 cards now, because the Kabuto back the Shikamaru did draw him a card, and Ebisu drew him a card, so he's back to 2 cards with 15 chakra, but 2 cards, and he still needs to put power in all 4 missions. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it out here. Yeah. He concedes, and we will be going into a game 3 in the finals here. This will be for all the marbles, and by all the marbles, I mean 2 starter sets that the players are playing for right now. And so we'll just have to wait till they get their game going. But this is the losers bracket of the semifinals. Just the 2 Italians, Anti-Meta versus G-Black, playing against each other. Do we know what their record is? Do we know what game this is for them? Okay, G-Black's up 1 game. And then they're just getting ready for their last game. G-Black is up 1 game. And he looks pretty confidently in the lead here. Looks like it might be a 2-0. Anti-Meta is pretty much out of cards. Black has a couple cards in hand and tons of chakra. Well, I guess Anti-Meta has a bunch of hidden cards, right? Yeah. And Sakon lets him gas back up, too. Yeah. MTG Bolt, what's up, man? Yeah, you're excited to see how many players show up to Paris. Absolutely, me too. What do you play? What kind of Magic do you play? What's your favorite format? I'm a big Legacy player myself. Played Magic for a very long time, and Legacy is my format of choice. But um, I don't play it a lot now. Now that I am really into Naruto, and I've just gone like head over heels in love with Riftbound. The game is fan freaking tastic. I have absolutely fell in love with it. I've been playing it every day with my wife since we started playing it like a week and a half ago. I already went to a local event. I already ordered a deck. I love it. So I'm not playing a lot of Magic anymore, but yeah, I'm excited. I really hope I don't think it's gonna cap 1,000 players. Is a lot of players. I don't think it's gonna cap. I do think there's gonna be a couple hundred, which still is gonna be huge for the first big tournament of the game. It's gonna be huge. I would imagine the US one caps, they're capping it at 128 players because it's piggybacking off of another convention that has like championships for like Riftbound and Lorcana and stuff like that from Pro Play Games. Shout out Pro Play Games. If you're in the US and you need product, Pro Play Games has very, very well priced product. So you guys here, I'll give you guys the link to that. If you guys are looking for product in the US here, they have set 1. They even have set 2 booster boxes for 90, which are really good. But yeah, really good. Cool. Yeah, Magic drafting is still fun. Limited in any game is pretty good. It's a good way to jump into it. It's a good skill set to have. It's very transferable to other games and also lets you analyze cards more wholly when you see them not in the context of like everything that's super powerful in the game, but in like, a more contained format. I think it's really interesting. Cool. All right, so Dash is once again behind Chakra-wise. But this time behind score-wise as well. Ty's done a really good job of staying ahead with Chakra. And Dash has been pretty aggressive with his power. But he's running out of cards here because this Mind Transfer Eno seems to really put a damper on Dash's plans. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I wonder if Dash is just going to hide some cards. Just checking out some things. All right. Sorry, I'm just reading one thing real quick. Apologies. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right. Ty committed to Jirobo, has 4 Chakra left, is definitely winning Mission D. Dash is 8 power at C, so might be able to pull that one out and actually draw a card, which would be good for him to get it a little bit back into the card flow game after Ty used a Mind Transfer Eno to steal one of his cards. Looks like Ty's thinking about, okay, he just commits a hidden card to C. Commits a hidden card to C. And then, ooh, okay, flips a Sand Coffin. Wow, this is really good from Dash. And this is what we've seen, or sorry, this is really good from Ty. And it's kind of what we've seen his angle of like getting ahead on Chakra. And since Dash had already passed, he is not going to get the value from generating the Chakra off the Tsunade. And so Ty's going to be up 4 Chakra, 5 Chakra if he commits this other card in hand going into the 3rd round. Oh my goodness. Yep, he does. Yeah, he's going to be ahead 5 Chakra. Dash is going to draw an extra card because he's going to be able to win the C mission, but my goodness, this is a tough spot for Dash. We saw him get out of it game 1. We saw him get out of it game 1. We'll see if he can do it again. Or game 2. So I'm get out of it game 2. Yep, and then the mission in D lets him move the hidden card to C because he's already winning so much in D that he wants to just have it in C. You know, he has the options to use it there, and then the 2 cards he has in hand he can put into B. So okay, the Scar is good from Dash. It is half of his Chakra for the turn, but he gets to take out the a hidden Gamma Hero and the Ino, and the Ino gives Dash back his Sasuke. So now he's winning in D, so he's winning in every mission again. So this is kind of what we've seen is like Ty will get ahead on Chakra, and then Dash will have some power, but not a lot of resources to play with. But unfortunately for Ty, he only has 2 cards in hand. 2 of his hidden cards are in C. It looks like he flips a Kakashi and uses it to copy Sakura to draw a card, which is good play because he needs those cards, but he's still not winning in C. It's going to be tough. Okay, Dash just plays a hidden card into C. We'll see what it is. Maybe it is a... Well, neither of these are Jutsu characters, right? Yeah, none of these are Jutsu. I was going to say maybe it's a Shino, but that wouldn't actually flip, so maybe it's not. Ty goes with an Ebisu, again drawing a card. This is exactly what Ty wants to be doing at this stage of the game, because he was so far ahead on Chakra, now he can just get the cards back. But Dash is going to put up a fight and put a Sakura into C to even it out, because Dash is definitely going to run out of Chakra first, so he's going to pass and get the edge. So that means Ty has to put something in each mission that he wants to win. So let's see what he does here. Yep, Ty plays and flips a Shino. Dash plays a hidden card here, passes. So still he has to put power in each mission if he wants to win them. All right. Wow, okay, sorry, I look away for 1 second and a bunch happened. So Ty ends up winning every mission, going up to 17. So he was able to do what I said with the Kidomaru is the key here, being able to move some stuff around because he had to put a little bit of power into each mission to win it, and he was just able to do that. He was able to flip a Shino, play the Kidomarus, move some stuff around, and then now Dash is in a tough spot where, again, I believe he has to win every mission, right? Because there's 18 points on board up to 21. If he drops one mission, he would win 15 up to 18. And yeah. Dash has to win every mission to pull this out. It's a tough spot. Tough spot for Dash, and he only has 2 cards in hand. It looks like Ty might get this, but we've said that before, and then the other player completely pulled it out. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get, because Ty also is low on just card density. You know, he only has 3 cards in hand, and if Dash has something like a Kabuto that lets him 2 for 1 and draw a card, then he could, you know, get back into this game. Let's see. And they're both kind of similar on Chakra. They're both kind of similar on Chakra. Holy word salad. They're both kind of similar on Chakra. Ty having 12 and Dash having 10. Both have 3 cards. Both have 1 hitting card. But Dash is the one that needs to make something happen here, because Ty just needs to hold one of these, and then he is crowned the champion of the world, and the champion of the French, even probably even more attractive to him as being the champion of the French for bragging rights rather than just France versus the world, right? He's thinking about it. Ty's thinking about what he wants to do here. Okay, he just flips a Shikamaru. I don't believe he has the edge. Yeah, he doesn't have the edge, so it's just to stall a little bit, the same way Dash just plays a hitting card into C. Both of them playing a little bit of chicken, seeing who wants to move first. It's possible Dash has a Chidori Sasuke, which would be very powerful, considering it would be an upgrade. So it would move 3 cards, making it a 9 power in the mission. So he'd only need a little bit more to actually get it to win. What did Ty just do? I missed it. Ty reveals Tauntaun. Oh no, Dash just flipped a Tauntaun. Okay, Dash just flipped a Tauntaun. And then, oh, okay, Ty plays another Ino and takes control of, this said it was an Itachi. Yeah, it's an Itachi that he had there, which would have been good for Dash, obviously. For free, you get 3 power, but now that power is actually going to be used for Ty. Because Ty will be able to flip it for free because of Dash's existing Sasuke. Wow. Wait, what happened with the Kabuto? Oh, I thought the Sasuke was on top of the discard. It brought back the Tauntaun. That's not going to be good enough. Yeah, Ty's going to play a Jirobo here. Okay, the last card in Dash's hand was a Chidori, but that's not going to do it because Dash needs to win every mission. And he's not going to have enough, especially because we know this is an Itachi that can flip up. Yeah, he's just not going to have enough. He's going to be damn close, though. Damn close. Because he's winning here, winning here, winning here. But this Itachi's just going to do it. And then Ty has 1 more card in hand. So this was very close. Very impressive moves from Dash. It felt like he was behind here, but it just ended up being so close. So close. Yeah, Dash says GG in the Discord. I'll believe it when the match leaves my screen, though, and we'll have a winner. All right, he's getting a little fancy with it. He's black sealing the. There we go. All right, yeah, Ty wins it. Wow, that was amazing. He wins it. He wins the whole thing. Boom! Look at that. Champion, Tyrak. Amazing. Congratulations to Ty. This was awesome. This was such an amazing event. Congratulations to the French, obviously, for winning the French championship. I will see you guys all in Paris next month to maybe the world will get some payback on the French here. The French can have their laughs now, but then when the Americans, the Australians, and the Brits roll up to the Paris of to the Paris regional. You know, maybe we'll take back our claim. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was so much fun. Shout out to Dr. Otake on Instagram. He is the one that coordinated this all. He's Mufasa in the Discord. If you see him around, tell him thank you. This was awesome. He coordinated the whole thing. He ponied up the prizes for the winner too. This was really cool. I think he's planning on doing one of these for each set that releases. So this is awesome. This is awesome. If you guys like this stream, feel free to hit that subscribe button. You know, the best way to support me is to become a channel member. It's only a couple bucks a month, and you'll get some exclusive emojis, all that stuff. But then also you can send me a deck list every month, and I will play it on the channel. I'll make a video for it. So if you're testing something or want to see me play something, it's the best way to do it. And like I said, it's the best way to support me. It's only $3 a month. I really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys all later.